그리고
마공!
자!
그리고
이걸로 잘 깔렸어요. 이걸로 잘 깔렸어요. 아니 이걸로 까고 있어요.
디플러스 약간 그림이 좀 괜찮아 보이고
한국 가고요. 라이.
오 근데 아니가 로바가
아니
로바 트리플
또 얘기하는 거죠.
허용하지
와요.
않겠다라는 얘긴데요.
괜찮아 둘다 막 위치 바꾸고
대전의
대전의
마수.
루서가 나를 지켜보고 있는데 못 죽였어 루서.
한번 뛰었고
예.
불 껐고
루서가
그래서 이득을 와 그냥 법을 하고
점사가 어느 점사가 약간 아니고 자 볼까요? 끝까지 볼까요?
아직 여기 먹을 거 더 있다.
점사 한번 더!
아주 매우 들어가는 상태에서
마무리가 와!
하나 터까지 잡아냅니다.
하나 생명.
여러 명이 죽은 건 아니긴 한데 이거
그거 포킹으로 한번 시도해보나요?
이 시간
혹시 근데 청각이가 뭐예요? 유시가?
자 바로
되는 것보다 그냥 주는 게 나을 것 같아.
와.
아니 뭐예요 이게?
화염병의 영혼.
D 플러스 기야.
밀고 라헬.
재미 볼 수 있는 조합이 되다가 이거
잠시만
투배가
먼저
다
친다고?
보일 것 같은데.
디플러스기야?
글쎄요.
글쎄요. 아 진짜 글쎄요.
라칸 위치 찾았어요.
잠시만 라헬.
찾았어요.
라헬은요? 라헬.
그러면
라헬. 라헬 떴어요.
그리고 왼쪽
잘 들어갔어.
아니 아래쪽에서
여기서도 잘 들어갔어요.
로드 잡혀요.
와 이거 D 플러스.
와 아니
계속
디플러스기야.
아니.
와.
디플러스기야 이 한타를 대승으로 이끕니다.
아니기 때문에 르블랑을 잡기도 쉽지 않을 것 같고요.
여기서도 뭐 세트
이런 식으로
와.
아니 진짜
야 여차
그래도 그래도
입장을 못 봤는데
을 달아놓으면 아무것도 못하거든요.
진짜 눈치 입장에서는 무력감이 있어요.
와
와 얘네가 이런 조합을 이렇게 하면 어떻게 해야 돼?
라는 생각이 들 정도예요.
그리고
여기서 그 과정에서 바텀 다이브까지 연결시켜야 DRX가 가져오는 게 있는 거거든요.
그래서 자 정진명 얘기
아니 이게
선별 없거든요.
오 밀렸어요.
아니
이거
오히려
젠.G
네요 우리.
서포트 캐리죠. 네.
DRX가 좀
여기 물병이 걸린다.
어.
싸움 일어났으면 정면 영웅 부른데 바이 나요.
스포츠 아카데미.
Howdy everyone, it's me, Valdez, and I'm here with Chronicler. This is weird. I don't know why, but this is the way it is
I'm just
today.
here.
The AI's got all mixed up, and now we have this duo. We don't really have a name. Volanolar or something. We're here for the lower finals, and it is DK up against DRX. And this one is going to be pretty interesting because it just will.
It will. If you're wondering, we didn't see you, Yundo. I'm really sorry. I hope we will get to, because we didn't see Yundo yesterday either. If you're wondering, why did these guys look like they've already casted a best of 5? And maybe you're maybe you just watch challengers, you know? Like, that's possible.
Yeah.
Maybe you're that based. Maybe you're the type
there's
of
at least one
that just
person.
logs in, checks if challengers LCK Global 2023 is online. Sorry, LCK CL Global. And then if it's not, you're like, well, carry on with my day. But we had LCK finals yesterday.
Yeah.
And then we went back after that.
And you cast the lower finals of
As
LCK
well,
before that.
which was 5 games. So.
That was 5 games, and Game 5 was like the craziest thing we have seen in a long time. And then the final was a 3-0. That was not much to see. And was still pretty tiring. I just got to the venue from Daejeon.
Oh, yeah.
I drove back last night. As it was Ghost Lady's birthday.
Yeah, no, we
yesterday as well.
Yeah, you had a
busy times.
You had a busy time. I just wanted to be back because I knew I was going to be challenging today with my good boy Valderooney here.
Good boy.
Good boy. You're a cat person though.
Yeah, but you call me good boy.
I guess. Yeah, it wasn't really.
I don't call Bobby good boy.
No,
no,
isn't he?
Not. He is mostly.
It's just I guess for me it doesn't.
When he attacks the.
I guess for me
TV.
it doesn't necessarily associate exclusively with dogs, but that might be a language thing.
Maybe. Good boy is generally a dog thing.
Favorite pasta macaroni? No, not really. Post grand finals challenger. That's actually what's.
That is true.
We had not had because Brendan had to drive back, right, and I immediately left, so there was no partying involved. But that's kind of what happens. We can talk about that for a little bit actually, because normally you don't get to see casters, you know. It's not macaroni.
Someone in YouTube chat was like, "WTF did a dog literally bark?" I just imagine he was wasn't paying attention. He just heard a bark. He's like, "What was that? Was there a dog
bark
on the stream? What?"
Yeah, Valdez' suit yesterday was absolutely incredible. Now, we are going to talk a little bit about the match today at some point. As, I actually think this matchup is really hyped. This has been one of the main rivalries in Challengers over the last 2 years. And if DRX win here today, which I think most of us are leaning towards, and it wouldn't be impossible for D+ to win if FUM actually is able to perform, right? But the expectation is DRX is going to be able to win here. If you think about that, that's the first time in 4 finals that D+ won't be in it, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's been D+ Nongshim spring last year, D+ Nongshim summer last year.
Era.
Yeah.
Of D+.
And that's actually also it's also the era of Nongshim with 2 different lineups, and they're already waiting in finals. So if you're a fan of Gen.G versus T1, we got our very own here in Challengers. You just gotta hope that D+ win here today.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could happen. It's Challengers, baby, and all that, so you never know what's going to happen. None of us voted 3-0 for Gen.G, but I voted 3-1. I think I was the closest on the global
yesterday,
side.
yeah.
Jonah Strong was the only based Giga Chad, as he always is. Gets it right again.
He actually got 3 finals in a row, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's pretty good at that game.
He also predicted KT and has a bunch of other predictions that don't add up, but it doesn't matter because that's not the point. The point is that Jonas Strong, I think, is the most honest when it comes to predictions, because the rest of us, we get bogged down in details, we get bogged down in perception or justifying. Jonas Strong, I think he just walks up, he's like, what am I feeling? This is what I'm feeling, deal with it.
That's what I do.
I'm
just wrong more often than Jonas Strong. You guys look pretty tired. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, we are very. This is D+, and they're looking good. The only issue really is Thumb. Kind of being pulled up a bit early, a little bit of a Poby situation, but for different reasons. And he's been been killed a lot.
Yeah, it's similar to what we've seen with Bible, right? And fortunately for FUM, he is no longer 15. It was his birthday, I think, 2 days ago, so now he's 16. So that, that extra experience and age gap should really help him out. The reality is, This team was reliant on Bible as their main shot caller, which is also why it was called up to the LCK. That experiment obviously didn't really work out, but we've seen that while mechanically, and I think in some of the fights, we still see the highlight moments of D+. Their consistency has dropped immensely, and the fact that Rahel and Thumb are now a very clear weak spot in the 2v2 also hasn't really helped with that.
Thumb, in Korean, they... Dombu. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's nice. It's nice. Phil's birthday, yeah, his birthday was on Saturday, which was a couple of days ago. You see everybody's getting ready, cleaning their glasses, as DK have struggled a little bit, but, you know, definitely have the, what would you call it? The era behind them.
Yeah, the experience, the veterancy, which is it's challengers, and these kids are very young. But that's what's happening. And Thumb, to me, is the obvious player that I think has really struggled. But I think that it's really been everyone outside of Lucid as per usual. And I think he's looked worse, but he's a jungler. So I think you're also a little bit more reliant on your team doing well, particularly with the current meta. If he was playing Viegos and Lees, it would be a little different, but it's still playing a lot of Rel and Maokai and Sejuani, so definitely not too surprising here. We'll see if D+ can maintain the consistency. If this team is playing on peak, I still rate them as one of the best teams in Challengers, but that's not already what we saw against Nongshim, and even against Hanwha, didn't really feel that way.
Tired LCK playoffs. Wired LCK CL playoffs.
Yeah, the tofu shop. You know what's up. We actually just ate tofu.
The tofu shop, yeah, we had mapadufu. And hello, Liam Peters from YouTube chat. My day has been great, although
thanks,
tiring. We are here. It is DRX coming in, the challengers. Trying to go, yeah, and Dr. He's also there.
Challengers. And world's quarterfinalist Dr.
Yeah. In challengers.
I don't. They can't call Bible back. Otherwise, they would. I'm pretty certain. But this is not the first time we've seen this a lot. Challengers is winning challengers in of itself for orgs will always be second prior to LCK performance. So I think that it makes complete sense. And as much as I'd like it, I really like this D+ roster to win a title again. The main roster, maybe making it to Worlds is definitely a bigger deal. Even though the Bible experiment thus far obviously hasn't really panned out. DRX though, they had Piero for a little bit with Plata, then they had Plata and Career. Career actually looked really cracked, which was cool.
For like a day.
For like a week, yeah, a day or a week. And then Docdom got back to playing, and Plata was like, you know what? I was an LCK level support. How hard could it be? And he has been great.
Yeah. How hard could it be? Well, checking all the boxes there. DRX fan. Hoping for the win here for DRX. As we do see, D+ has gotten the better of them in the regular season. But DRX definitely looking like a different team, especially with Dukdam being called up into the best league in the world, which is Challengers. You know, he's been to quarterfinals in Worlds, but now it's his first time in the losers finals of Challengers.
And it's pretty telling as well. This does include a 3-0, obviously, against Hanwha Life, where DRX really, really dunked on them. But again, pay some attention here. Frog and Sponge with the best KDA. This includes a loss to Nongshim as well. So pretty impressive stats here coming out from DRX. And the fact that Frog and Sponge, who initially we just kind of liked because their names were funny, have genuinely been good players is pretty interesting. Something that we've seen not really be applicable to Satap. He's just been here for about 2 years now, I think. If I remember correctly, he still split sometime in like 2021, was already there, but starting last year in spring with the super hype, clear Peach Satap roster was a mainstay. And
any
still
thoughts
looks
on the
really
Herb G?
D+ actually still pretty high, given that they have been kind of up and down. But you know what matters more is that Dra 15 or Drap G, where I think DRX are doing a lot better.
Yeah, they are. The number is higher. Both these teams they have a first blood win rate of 100. As you can take a look at the Preds here. Hojin has been a little bit, he's like trying to do the Jonas Strom, but falling flat on his face every single time.
I respect it, though. It's a good hustle. You need someone.
He voted 3-0 in Challengers twice.
Yeah, I know. That's
okay?
not, you never do
that. That was not okay. Notice how nobody voted 3-0 in this matchup, even though everybody, except Hojin, voted for DRX.
Spongeboard. That's how you know Challenger, real Challenger chatter. They trash talk players, but then they're also like making sure that they're not banned for trashing players.
For legal reasons, this is a joke to throw off scouts.
Yundo strong moment. DK for okay Yundo. That's the Yundo prediction in chat right here. Sorry, Brendan.
Chronicler had his shoe.
I move
next
around
to
a
my chair.
lot while casting. Like I spin my chair a lot because I'm very restless, and I accidentally went over to Brendan's part of the casting desk, so I had to apologize.
It's okay, we can share.
Thank
So
you.
all you guys need to know is whoever gets first blood wins. And someone said that somebody's going to lose their first blood win rate percentage thing, but that's not necessarily true because if you don't get first blood, you know,
Those just don't win.
yeah, you just don't win. So there you go. It doesn't have to happen. So you know, not financial advice, but that has been the way it's been
bringing out
going.
the stats here.
Yeah.
If DK loses here, we'll lose. No, Lucid and like 100%. I think that these players,
Lucid should.
Lucid 100% should. Thanatos hasn't been as good recently, but I still think that he should be. I think it's similar to Clear, right? Where Clear you saw came in, had some great moments, had some not so great moments, not necessarily coming in on the best of team, but definitely caliber. Or LCK caliber, right? And then I think Lucid is extremely hyped. Probably the best jungler to come up in a very long time. If he's able to live up to the expectation that has been set around him and has been set up by himself. We'll see if he actually gets to maintain that. But really, anyone but FUM and yeah, no, anyone but FUM on this roster, and I'm like, I could see them be pulled up, and they would probably do a pretty decent job.
I mean, even Rahel, you know, he came up, he had to fill in for Deft for, I think, a couple of games, two or three,
decent,
and
right?
he was
not-
all right, you know.
Not
Did his
amazing.
best.
No Pays, but you know, Pays is kind of a.
Can't compare anyone to Pays.
No.
Just a casual, what was it, 24-0 in the first couple of games yesterday.
In the second finals, the best part about Pays though, it also really clearly showcases that everyone watching Challengers really knows what's up, because Pays was on a really bad team, and if you didn't actually watch Challengers, you might not have known. Might have been like, what is this? Why is this guy coming up? If you watch Challengers, you knew.
Yeah, Chronicler knew. He was a knower. The rest of us were mostly non-knowers. We only knew because Chronicler told us.
A lot.
He's like, this is the guy. We're like, oh, okay, that's cool, maybe, you know?
And
then you're like, no, that's the guy. And then we're like, oh, all right, Chronicler, we get it. And then he started playing, we're like, oh my god, he's the guy.
And it doesn't always pan out, you know? We had although I think Bulldog, you know, if his second year is better, I can see him bounce back and be good. Spring Bulldog,
Zeus.
up there. Zeus, you know, finals performances notwithstanding, that kid is still absolutely nuts.
Yeah. Outside of everything that is finals.
Yeah.
So Nocturne coming in here. The Ahri is banned, so they're just going to pick the Nocturne for itself, and let's see what they pick alongside it. The Azir. A lot of strong stuff still up. They first picked Jax, even though Sejuani was banned, which I thought was pretty interesting. Don't see that every day.
Spring season when Faker was on. That is true, but that was also like his second. It was his first. I think in spring they booked Gen.G T1 as first.
It was their first matchup he had to play.
That was
in the LCK.
actually. I remember because I made a tweet afterwards and I was like, okay, my hyping up of Pays maybe didn't really pull out, but today Bulldog is gonna take it and he's gonna be great. And he actually was. Early spring Bulldog was a force to be reckoned with. As champions have been picked, but we'll touch on them when we get there. Diplasto, supreme comfort with the Kai'Sa and the Tristana and Maokai.
coming through. Somebody asked about our badges. We have badges, actually.
We do. Don't you
Yeah.
worry.
They're very cool. Extremely cool.
How proud are you guys of Pace? Extremely. Obviously, he is not normal. He is a legend already.
He's not normally.
No, he's not. And
So,
and yeah.
What is Duckdom gonna play? They banned Aphelios in the first round, which is a good idea.
Samira? Don't say it. Don't say it.
Smearl!
No! Because I guess I go Nautilus here. Wait, Alistair. Yeah, that makes more
I don't
sense.
think you can play Smearl here.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Wait, was Hojin right? Do you just target Duckdom and DK win?
Don't do it, Docdom. Not Ezreal.
Oh no.
Docdom, you know, I can see in your face, you know this is not the way.
Oh
He
no.
locks it in.
What if they play Galio?
You know what the most baffling thing to me is about the Ezreal is that we saw Kai'Sa as specifically a counterpick into Ezreal when Kai'Sa wasn't meta, because Kai'Sa does so well in the isolated 1v1 against Ezreal, because if you hit a W, you murder him.
Yeah.
I think Ash. Actually, I think Ash would be better. I think Samira would be better. Samira as Alistair obviously does feel kind of.
They still picked
Kinda
Rel.
rough.
Like, they could have gone for Smearl and try to rely on the triple threat.
I
And,
like
you know,
Samira. I like Ash more. I like Neela more.
MF.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Can you even argue that there's not? This is not a bad Ziggs angle.
Jinx.
I like trying to. I mean, Jinx kind of. I think Jinx is so little. Like Jinx is
Sivir?
not very good right now.
Sivir
Sivir could have been
good.
fine. Yeah.
Azir Sivir, the combo that got us to 94 minutes.
I personally really like the Ziggs though, and I know Docdom has played this as well. If I remember
or
correctly.
Ziggs?
I think he played Ziggs. Maybe
I think
not.
he may have.
I don't know if he played it here, but I definitely played it in the LCK. Karthus, hey, I know
He has, yeah.
I know bot lane Karthus is giga busted, but no one in CL is ever playing that.
Duckdom is 2-0 on Ezreal.
Okay,
And Duckdom did play one game of Ziggs. He lost.
that's it. That's the stats right there.
Yeah,
So he
that's,
couldn't
that's
do
why.
it.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Had
do
to
it.
pick Ezreal. Zangle. It's the Zangle. The Ziggs angle. Yeah, we got to go for the Zangle here. I'm a big fan of that. Or the Zingle. I don't think Zingle works because...
Bot lane Karthus, you mean support right now? Chat, it's not. Chat, it's not the day for this type of stuff, okay? Brendan and I have had.
Chat needs to not struggle
Chat,
today.
Chat, we need you. Everyone, we need you to collectively keep it together.
Yeah.
That's all we ask of you.
You think this is a two-man cast? No, it's like a 2,000-man cast, okay?
Yeah.
Everybody
And
needs to be
we're
on the
not
same
part
page.
of those 2,000 men.
No.
So I need you all to hold each other accountable. Be on your best behavior today, because we need it.
All right, well, let's see if we've got it. Do.
That's actually how I feel right now. It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Go crazy and spout nonsense. General Roy.
Deep doos.
Deep doo-doos. You're telling
The
us
slow doos.
the reason, chat, why you have to keep it together is because we won't. That's the whole point. I wouldn't ask you guys to
Yeah,
get
we need
together
your help.
if it was a normal day. You know, if it was just an average day of challengers, you guys can go crazy. It's fine. We're used to it. But today, we can't.
We need a guy named Do in challengers.
I mean, that kind of clashes with Doo-Doo.
That's okay.
I guess. Are we going to have another Sponge moment? Nothing will ever top the 9-gamer Spongiest moment, I think. Unless he goes to the LCK and somehow still sponges on people.
I mean, that's kind of what he's there for, right? Like, that is his name. So, I would
guess
expect
every
that,
moment he has is a Sponge moment.
pretty much. Yeah.
By
A
definition.
sponge moment, but not necessarily sponging on the enemies, you know?
No, that's fair.
Okay. Jumping in. Not hitting level 2 just yet. Setab has played 14 games of his year. And he's pretty good at the pick. He's not outstanding, I would say, but, you know, he does a serviceable job in the mid lane. And it has felt like a lot of times recently, at least when Wolf and I were casting the Cronch duo, that a lot of what would happen in the game would be based on how the mid lane went. You know, like who's going to win mid lane. And in challengers, like you actually get solo kills and like mistakes that happen in mid lane, so like crazy stuff would happen. And then the player would just carry whoever it is. So let's see if that does happen here.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of tendencies specifically for challengers which both make it really fun, but also lead starts having much more wide opinions than I think is the case in LCK, because we miss half of the matches, and who you cast really impacts because you don't work on the day. We don't have a desk, right? So you don't actually watch anything. Not yet. But this is something I was talking about with Atlas as well, that very often it feels like it just matters, like who we rate matters on who we see when they perform well on a given day over the course of the season, which is so funny. And I think that both of these mid laners actually have been a really good example of this, because Setab definitely has been more consistent, but both Pullbay and Setab to me are kind of the epitome of, if I get fed, I carry the game. And if I don't get fed, I'm probably going to run it at least a little bit.
True.
Hey, lovely casters, handshake to Wolf, say good morning to Brazil. We can give that to Wolf Thursday?
Yeah. So should we shake his hand for you, or?
Yeah, I don't really.
Do you want us to take a picture?
And I hope things are nice in Brazil. I know.
Oh.
Loud won today, right? Was it yesterday?
What day is it? I don't know,
man. I think it was this morning. Valorant, they won.
What, CB LOL? Oh, in Champs.
No,
okay.
in Champs. Yeah, I don't know about CB LOL. I think the finals happened though, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yes, Loud won today.
There you go. Also, no, DRX lost. Very sad.
Very sad.
If you know, I'm not emotionally invested in Valorant at all, so it doesn't really matter. They also won CB LOL. Oh, there you go.
Oh. Just a winning team, even though their tri-code is LLL.
You know, that also is used to be a Benelux org called Lowland Lions. Triple L.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Loud is it now.
Well, I mean, I think they were also it then during their time, but you know, a Dutch organization and a Brazilian organization generally aren't really gonna clash.
Makes sense.
It's not like we ever made it even far into EUM, you know. And then if you make it to EUM, then you have to make it to LCK afterwards, and you have to make it actually to Worlds. So like, it's a whole thing.
Also, my first thought, Chronicler, were the same.
Very good.
Yes.
Yes.
There are a lot of Dutch viewers.
There are.
Just people in general.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that many Dutch people, but we do like games and board games a lot.
True.
I had a fun... Oh!
Hello, Steve9994.
Wait, was that the one and only... We had 3 pictures taken?
Yeah.
So what happened, guys, is we were in Daejeon, right? And we were just getting our coffee, and then we were already in our finals attire, and then we ran into Atlas, who was there with his fiancée. And then we took some pictures, and it was fun.
Yes, it's Daejeon.
A handshake to Chronicler.
No.
No.
Atlas, best
all
duo.
Good. My English is not good. That doesn't matter. As long as you're nice, you're welcome in Challenger chat.
I am
English
Atlas,
second.
and I will do my best today to continue with the best duo.
I mean, I don't know if you can stand up to Valdez, but you know,
yeah, Valdez is pretty good.
I would say so, but
I think
try your
Atlas
best.
is better, so I'm just gonna say, you know, yes.
Atlas's fiance Steve 9. No, it's not Steve 994. It's Steve 9994.
Yeah, it's different.
It's very different.
Where are LCK regional finals going to be played at? Wall Park? Yep.
Lol Park.
Yep.
Did the casters watch the LCS finals? I watched Game 4 because I woke up way too early, which is part of why I am the way I am.
I slept until 1 p.m. So So no, I did not.
It was cool.
Oh,
it was surprising.
Little push as Pulbe just gonna flash over, looking for the kill, and now he might just die. Oh, nice ult there, but he still dies. Soldiers stay around. Pulbe didn't have flash, didn't have hop, and yeah, just going all in without any vision in the mid lane, generally not a good idea.
That's big challenge right there. Identifies that he is stronger, and he is in the pure 1v1.
All right, so DRX win game 1. Let's go on to the next one.
Statistically, that's what's gonna happen, huh?
Yeah, both of these teams, if they get first blood, they win. So now that DRX got first blood, it's over.
It's so over.
It's Dr. X over.
Dr. X over. And Pulbe actually flashing there, I think, is fine by itself. That jump, though, can't do that. You see again, though, right? The amount of damage is available could have been enough. It wasn't the case because Sponge, really nicely done there as well, wraps around to ensure that he wasn't spotted, even without his ultimate. Nocturne still is a pretty big threat. Sorry, Atlas, I always... No.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Alice, so this is Valdez and Chronicler, and it's okay.
No, I'm Atlas.
No, you're not Atlas.
Yeah, I thought that Valdez did a pretty good job yesterday. I had a great time casting the loser final on Saturday.
Hi, Atlas. Oh, by the way, can you maybe ban the person who was talking about Barrel in chat? I don't.
No, that's not bannable.
I know we accept anything in this chat, but there's gotta be boundaries.
No, you can talk about about Barrel and going to Worlds once again. We'll just have to wait until this weekend.
Just not today. Please, chat.
Did you guys get to try the Daejeon Spicy Kimchi? No, I didn't want my stomach to be destroyed for the finals. Well, I didn't do the finals because I'm Atlas, but...
Yeah, I didn't, but it's just because I didn't really feel like it. I'm great with spicy food. I wasn't, but then I was hand-trained rather, and force-fed chili peppers by my fiance.
Master glass today.
No.
Yes.
In general, we shouldn't
the
do
monkey
tap on the glass.
Are angry today.
I'm not even angry, man. I don't know how I'm feeling. There's just a lot going on.
How is Jax losing lane to Aatrox? It's challengers. That's just what happens sometimes. Also, I think Aatrox is like pretty decent.
I think he's good at the Jax.
Yeah, I don't think. It was just a very questionable first pick from DRX, to be honest. Especially, oh, that was close.
Lucid.
Oh,
Grumpy Keckler?
Right.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, not close, Lucid.
Barrel needs another world. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, just challenger. That's how we explain anything. But looking at the early matchup, I actually wouldn't be surprised. Even though Aatrox isn't that great, it's really important to remember that there's also the type of champion where if Frog makes 2 mistakes in early laning phase, you just have no agency. Because then you get caught in a bad recall cycle. Like 2 or 3 sweet spots in the early lane. If you just miss position, if Thanatos outplays you, and you're just in really deep trouble. And then Thanatos comes back early. We've played at Seal Caps, and you really don't really have an item. You have to, get your refillable pod, and maybe you're only sitting on boots, and it just kind of snowballs from there. It's also hard to consistently get value out of your Counter-Strike because of the way that the Infernal Chains work. So I think the matchup is definitely winnable for Jax, especially if he gets an early lead. But if not, and with some mistakes early on, I do think you can run into some issues pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think it's pretty annoying to play as Jax. Like, if you ever leap, then the chains just hit you, and it really just messes with your tempo.
Yeah.
We've seen that a lot, in the trading already. Here comes Thanatos. Thanatos, by the way, pretty good at the game, so that's part of it. As Sponge, nice lead on there, but he is going to get world ended, and the fear does come down. Sponge still on the run here,
flash,
but
no?
Yeah, just gonna flash on him. There he goes, Sponge no flash, as he used it earlier, and that's just a solo kill in the jungle from Thanatos.
He's back! Okay. We didn't see Thanatos for a little bit. He was pretty underwhelming in the playoffs thus far, but that's a Thanatos moment right there. We used to have a lot of those, remember? It's happened a lot. Sponge, I've been that Nocturne. That doesn't feel very good. You don't have flash. And unfortunately, not a whole lot you can do. I wonder if there was a possibility maybe for Seta to rotate over. Frog definitely couldn't.
When do white people play? You're watching the wrong stream, man. This is the Korean League.
I don't know if this
We
must
haven't had
be,
an import in the history.
This must be a yoke. Two
I don't
levels
think
up as
it-
well.
Maybe it is. I
Might
don't
be.
know.
I feel like it's too silly.
It's not bannable.
2 levels up.
Maybe a little
We've
bit
actually-
tasteless, but
We've had Yamato.
he didn't play.
No, but he was a, he was a coach.
Okay, well, gonna try to get some revenge up on the top side. This is Aatrox the double buff, but if you fear him for long enough, that will be enough, as Frog will pick up the kill. And I believe the transfer of the buffs is complete.
And there is no opportunity, unfortunately, for Fantas to press his ult button because he doesn't have it. Would have maybe been enough, not going to be the case. And instead, it is going to be a much needed gold influx here towards the top side of the map as Jax gets time alone with a turret, which he loves.
Yeah, 2 plates for free. And Sponge wasn't even there, so didn't have to even share it. There has been imports into Challenger League, but
There's been a Vietnamese
not into
player.
LCK.
Ah, there you go. So Thanatos fakes it back, then tries to look for the all-in on Frog, and then...
It's like, surely the Nocturne isn't top side.
I mean, didn't he spot him on the ward? He was doing
Should've.
wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, no idea what happened there. I don't know how he didn't see him. Maybe it was like... If the ward is like right, but he set up his earlier play around that ward as well. Yeah, no idea. Just Thanatos playing great and then leaving us scratching our heads.
Mm. Yeah, I'm talking about LCK, like, Tier 1, not Challengers. There hasn't been a foreign import into one of those teams.
For Challengers, yeah, we had
the BBQ squad.
Malice, we've had T-Long, I think it was, for Brion. It was a Vietnamese player who was signed for a bit. Didn't play, though.
Pulbay doing some... Well, he was trying to do some push bay, actually. But we did have Sponge there, who has been pretty active around the map so far, liking the way it's going here.
Fedetus is making sure he doesn't get poached. Yes, very true.
That's the way. You gotta balance it. You don't want to look too good, otherwise, you might get an offer you can't refuse from another region. You want to keep that offer kind of middling, so that you can deny it and stay in Korea.
Arya, definitely. We've had players that.
Arya is Korean.
Yeah. I mean, we've had players that went to LPL first and then came to Korea, but I don't think those would count as imports because.
Yep.
It would be, what would be a gray area if like Doinby ever came back, but even then, I don't think it would really count.
No, it doesn't. So Pulbay doing some more push bay, actually, is going to get the first turret on the bottom side of the map. And meanwhile, Lucid just getting another objective. So DK, yes, this mid-tier 1 will go down to DRX, but DK are getting some big other ones on the map, although they're not responding to this at all. So, wait. Wait, guys. Okay, Lucid going to press R, but the turret already died! Well, that wasn't a good idea. Sorry, Thumb. Yeah, you're dead. Duck Dom gonna take that kill, as meanwhile, maybe he was doing it to delay their backs so Pulbay could push.
Yeah, my charitable approach there is that he actually tried to set up something. I think it was just a mistake, though, as Founder's in trouble here.
Uh-oh, pressing some R buttons. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna take the CS because I'm dead anyway, but it's a 2-0 Jax. Keep in mind that he didn't have his first item even yet. So Frog going to be a huge menace in this game already, as DRX kind of bopping them over the head in this game.
And that all started from D+ not being happy about the fact that they got a second Drake, which I think is actually super valuable, and a bot side first turret blood, right? Could have just played a little bit slower. Instead, we see a really nice punish. This Nocturne has been huge here for Sponge. Really think that's been one of the big difference makers. Even though he did get solo killed, but still has had the best impact on the game. which is pretty funny. As Thanatos, yeah, you know this feeling. The moment that Jax jumps in the turret, you're like, oh, I'm so dead. But he should have known, because they lost control of that top side quadrant when Thumb died. So definitely a big mistake from Thanatos there, and this is what we've been talking about with D+. Mechanically, a lot of these moments look fine, but when it comes to actually being at the right place at the right time, DRX starting to build some leads here. But if D+, you know, get an extra Drake, and you're playing Ezreal into a team of Mountain Soul, then, hey, anything can happen.
A.
Hey.
B.
Hey.
C. Yeah. I kind of agree with Moose Knuckle on this one.
This
Cam,
is clearly- what happened?
We answered your question. He asked the same question, and he said, not a racist question at the end.
What do you
The one
mean?
about when are the white people going to play? Like, this is the Korean League. You're
What are you
watching the wrong
talking
stream.
about, bro?
You're watching the wrong stream. Anyway, if he asks it again, I will just ban him. So let's see. Yeah, DRX is pretty comfortable in this game.
They're all very good players, just not smart. That is challengers. That's what it is. That's why Pace is also so good. Because obviously Pace was always a talented player, but he's also absorbed into a team with three, like, extremely experienced players.
Man, chat is struggling today.
One is subset.
We told you guys we needed your help.
How
is it Mountain Soul with second Drake being Mountain?
It's
what do you mean?
infernal! What?
We
Okay,
needed your help, chat.
no. Like if you hear me out. If you look at it with squint eyes, I could see how it could be a mountain symbol.
Yeah. You know.
I bet.
So
oh
many
my god!
strugglers today.
Oh no! The first chatter, you have to get him.
What?
Go up. You'll read it. You'll get it.
You can ask about the bets. I think that's fine.
Okay.
Just
It's
time-
fine?
I'll time them out
Okay.
for you.
Thank you. Do you think LPL is stronger than LCK? I think Gen.G is stronger than LCK. The rest, I'm not so sure. We'll see at Worlds. I am not a doomer when it comes to our regional strength, given the performance of the LCK over the last two Worlds. But I definitely think Gen.G is the
RuneScape
favorite.
account. That's Ox.
Ox, and
by
then
a large margin.
and then it's a really large gap, and then it's Brandon, and then it's another really large gap, and then there's no one.
Yeah. Nobody else is playing the game besides us two.
I think, no. If you just miss-see the logo, then it's fine. But we would have commented on it if it was like a really like high-key game-breaking bug, because Dragon sequence breaking is not a thing that should be in the game. Hello, I'm from Brazil. Nice transmission. Thank you, Finishos. That's great. Best region after LPL and LCK? Probably LEC. But I think LEC and NA are pretty close at this point. Except G2.
It's
G2
probably
is definitely
LEC.
It's LEC. And I also
Yeah.
think that as much as people meme on NA, as we have seen like over the last couple of internationals, NA is also really far ahead of any region that isn't one of the major regions. And I don't think that that's really going to change this world.
Maybe it's LCO.
LCO, actually, I know, 6KJ, I know that you want this to be true, but they actually, LCO didn't get any... The PCS tournament is ongoing right now, and there will be no LCO representative for Worlds. They didn't.
Unlucky.
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah, should have just gotten luckier. DRX, they're just going to take this straight. DK, I think after the last couple of plays, they're like, well, we can't do anything, so we're just not going to do anything. So we've been talking about a lot of things that aren't the game for a good reason.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes in challengers anyway.
What do you think G2 will do against, I assume it's against LCK teams? I don't know. G2 are I think G2's...
I think they can beat our 4th seed.
Yeah, I know, but my main issue with... depends also on who the 4th seed will be. But my main issue with G2 is that I think that the LEC as a league isn't that strong when it comes to a lot of the fundamentals of the game.
Yeah.
And I think that's also why LCK teams are... When they don't actually get matched, or when you... Like 2018, 2019, obviously, you had LEC teams that actually matched very well or outdid in many ways LCK teams. G2 2019 is one of my favorite teams ever because of the creative way that they played the game. What?
No,
G2 will scream bro and bro. Hey guys, getting smashed by bro is actually how you win LCK. Let's not forget that G2 or Gen.G got 2-0'd by
They got
Brion.
clapped.
They got clapped by Brion,
wasn't
and then they
close.
won the LCK. So anything is
Yeah.
possible. I think that just the macro and the fundamentals is something that we saw this last MSI and I think last Worlds even as well. Is that LCK teams in particular, the reason why the region sometimes looks boring is because you don't really get to make mistakes. This is not a Challengers, by the way. This is very different what we're watching here. Just
Yeah.
making
We
that
do have
sure.
a Kaisa down here, so Frog is
dead.
just dead. Yeah, the W's going to hit him. And we do see that DRX. Okay, Duckdom, they're just going to collapse onto this, actually, as Rahel doesn't really have a lot of protection you could see. He's just on the run. Satab even TPing in, looking for the big play. And yes, they will get the shutdown here onto Rahel. And Thanatos looks to follow as the Stridebreaker going to be nice. DK, you can't do this. Doesn't matter that you have a Tristana.
As long as they don't give up Nash, I still think that's worth, though. Looking at the summoners invested, that's Frog Flash gone, Sponge Flash gone, Satab Flash TP gone, and Doctom Flash gone. But they might have to give up Nash, in which case it's definitely not worth.
Could G2 beat the Beatles? I don't think anyone can beat the Beatles. So DK are going to try to fight this one 3v5. Maybe Lucid looks for a play. Magnet Storm definitely taking a lot of time away from Lucid, as will he consider a flash into the pit, as they don't quite have much vision here.
Oh, look at this. This is cute.
Oh, they just got a ward in, and DRX
They're
say
not
no.
risking it. Wait, but that's
flipping?
Maybe you should
Wait. Wait, what's happening, Crackler? Lucid is going to go in, very low health bars, and now DK, they're getting some big value. Well, they were until Thumb just died there, as now Rahel making his way back, and this fight is going for way too long.
Challengers, baby.
This Challengers, baby. Okay, in goes Rahel. He's going to pick up the kill. Duckdom on the run, and he can't run anywhere, as Lucid might pay for it, but Frog, he's not even going to pay for it. It's a triple kill, and it's Challengers, baby.
We have finally learned the answer to the question, why do teams flip? That right there, they should have flipped. They should have flipped, Valdez. If they flip, you know, maybe you lose it, but you kill a bunch of people. They didn't flip. They just sat there. And it looks cool initially because you're like, oh, cool. They're keeping they're keeping the Baron leashed, right? They don't want to flip it as we go all the way back. So here, getting the kill on Frog. Initially, doesn't feel the bad. I really like the call from DRX here to actually go for the punish and catch them in a rotation. As we can see, Frog ends up going down, but they do invest a lot here with the Killer Instinct. And then, due to the Nocturne ultimate, they don't actually know where the rest is coming from. So, I think really good proactive play here. As we're not done.
We're fine. Oh, Sponge is just dead.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to be a death. I don't want to call it a kill. It's just like a death in the bottom river. Not sure why he was there. I think he got the Scuttle Crab. So hashtag worth, he could say in the chat.
That's
even though
soul points for D+.
Yeah. No, it's a big deal. Sponge. Sponge. Why did I say Sponge? Thumb? All these names are just too silly. He was looking for a good angle there, but not going to go for it.
Where else in the world can you see a Frog, a Sponge, a Duck take on a Thumb and the God of Death? It's only in Challengers.
Only in Challengers. We need Bob.
Just a player called Bob.
We do need Bob, so we could have Sponge Bob.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, Frog, you know, it's only a couple of different letters. Just go for it, man. Let's do it.
You know, my middle name is Robert. I could be Bob.
Sure. Just go get the Challengers, though. Let's
I
be
think I'm going to change my caster name to Bob.
so you can cast Sponge while
Yeah.
being Bob.
I'm just going to be Bob Valdez. It's my new caster name. No, I'm Atlas, actually. So we're going to engage here on the Satab, who does TP in and nearly dies. Very, very close, so Plato will die for him instead, as DK now just running away with this game. Meanwhile, Frog just in the top lane. He says, well, I can't help you here, so I'll just push, and not much I can do.
And it looks like D+, at least in this first game, have found an answer to how do we make sure that the Thumb situation is not a problem. It's ban everything for Dokdam, so he's stuck playing Ezreal. Because Fum, obviously that one engage wasn't great, but this every other player on this team is good enough to win the league, and has done so twice. So as long as you're able to not be an active liability, D+, still a really good team. They got a lot of comfort in, a lot of power in the draft. And for now, it seems to be working, because specifically if it was just a Baron, it would be one thing. But the fact that they got the Mountain Soul, I'm like, even for challengers, this is looking pretty well secured. Yeah, that's DRX stopped hitting Baron.
DRX are supposed to win,
That's what
though.
happened, yeah.
They got first blood.
I know. Maybe the stats lie to us.
Maybe they can still win.
Casters, what's your prediction for this series score? I'm gonna say 3-1 for Nongshim.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 5-2 for the Yankees. And you know, DRX aren't out of it yet. Just waiting. You know,
It's never over.
Dom is farming it out, right? He's looking for his LDR. He's getting there. Oh, wait, no, he's not going to LDR. He's Ezreal.
The Yankees can score 5 runs. I don't know anything about baseball. Is that a lot?
No, it's not a lot. Maybe they're not doing well. I don't know. I haven't watched in a very long time.
How does this affect Umti's legacy? That's a very good question, Pillman Fumo. Actually, what we learned is, again, the fact that Brion 2-0 Gen.G and then G then won immediately afterwards the LCK just showcases that they could have had it all, but they just don't need it. They've transcended.
Wow, seems like the Yankees aren't very good this year. Today we learned. There's a lot of people that are interested in it.
You're from New York.
Yeah, I just don't watch baseball.
Nah, why would you? I'm not a baseballer.
Gotta watch hockey.
Hockey.
Hockey. Cyrilda's finished for Duck Damage.
Watching sports. Lol. Watching esports. PogChamp.
Lol.
I did not like saying that. I hope it sounded better than it did to me. But I don't think
No one
it
likes
did.
baseball. They only like the numbers that come out. Oof it.
Canadian?
I don't even know what that means.
Good job, Chad. Thanks for PogChamp. Cringe? Yeah.
We are half of the Cronge duo today.
Maybe now it's the...
Well, actually, I'm
still,
Atlas. I keep forgetting that I'm Atlas.
It's still the Crunch duo. Because I'm Kron Ickler.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I'm lost on my LCK Worlds fanfic. Okay, you know, I'm sure you can figure it out.
DRX waiting for an opportunity on the Baron.
It's not up yet, so they don't really need to woke up.
Death cap complete for Setab. Thanatos on the flank, they have no
don't
idea.
know.
And the ship just bounced onto the crown that Setab had. And, you know.
It's also Rahel is one of the guys that actually like fully sends it with the AP build as well, going Stork Boots. Still goes Ginsu's, which I don't get, but you know, we'll allow it. Because he does go Stork Boots and then straight Death Cap. Wait, what? Atlas and Chronica? Are we getting a 9-gamer today? Yes.
Yes. They're going to try to get in here onto the Kaisa as a very nice engage comes in from Pleta, but there's just no one there. As Thumb actually does an excellent job of frontlining this time around. DRX get themselves into an awful spot, and DK are just going to look to shut them down. Although Frog and Duck Dom still alive here. As well, maybe I spoke too early, as now Duck Dom in a little bit of trouble. The W just gonna smash him down, as will Thanatos, and now Frog will go down last. That is the end of this game number 1. DK gonna take it.
That's a clean ace, and this game, it looks like the triple AD carry bands worked out, even with DRX getting themselves a pretty nice lead, I think, in the early game. Some great mid-game picks. When it came down to it, D+ not afraid to try and fight. And if they don't get huge leads or huge deficits in the bot lane 2v2, the team's pretty good. So as it turns
Imagine
out,
that. Imagine that. Oh yeah, we got to vote for Pog. I don't know.
I don't know. Might just be when in doubt, I'm often just defaulting to Lucid, but I don't really know. I don't think it is him this time. Maybe it's Thanatos. You know, he had those.
It's like Thanatos or Rahel, I think.
I like Thanatos. I think that he had 2 oopsie plays, but his challengers. Hule actually was really good as well. Outside
I
of
wouldn't
that
vote
one
for him
gang.
for POG though.
I'm Thanatosing. I'm doing it. I'm locking it in.
All right, I'll go bot then.
We spread it. I like that.
Yeah, spread it.
What about Thumb for being super cool? I do really rate Thumb, and I think he is very cool. But I also do believe that he did not do that much outside of that one fight
True.
at the end, which he did well, which is good. Our expectations for Thumb are set at a very reasonable level. Just
Absolutely.
don't die in the 2v2, and you know, peel in mid game, and then that's pretty much it. Super shy,
True.
I like that. Yeah, the super shy Pog. If we gave that, he would get it.
Based budget Atlas boom boom damage vote. True. Did I eat that before? No, I have not.
I assume it's a Brazilian dish. I'm sure it's delicious.
Thumb will declare a Thumb war. What if DK just 3-0? That would never happen. It's challengers, but like, what if that
What
happens?
if? Well, they're good
what
enough.
Does it mean?
Nothing. I don't know. I've stopped trying to learn things when it comes to challengers. I'm
Just let it happen.
Yeah, you just
Don't try to analyze it too
no.
deeply.
It's like an art house movie. You shouldn't look for meaning in everything. You're just gonna go crazy. Just watch what happens. Experience it.
3-0 for DK was his prediction. There was only one prediction for.
It's a chocolate dessert. That sounds very nice. Thank you for the recommendation. I do love chocolate.
I don't know how you guys always have the best casters.
Aw, thanks, Barry.
Thanks, your boy Barry. And Rahel is gonna pick it up. The boom boom damage vote with only just under 600 DPM.
I think Rahel played a great game. The one time he died
did.
was when they went for a proactive play, and it was just a good response from DRX. Rahel is not the player we often talk about, but I, at the same time, feel like he is really essential.
Why does this guys have CC score? What does it mean?
Is it? I don't know. I'm like, is there a slow on her?
Slow from Static Shiv.
Yeah, Shiv.
That
WS slow.
has
Oh,
to
there
be
you
it.
go.
Like, what else would it be?
Yeah, I think it's just a W slow. But Shiv doesn't know.
Wait, Shiv doesn't have a slow.
No,
Oh, I just got chat boomed.
it's okay.
That's fine.
Rahel
Rahel
did
had a
good
great
job.
go.
I think it's
game.
Rahel Thanatos. I think Rahel played a cleaner game. Thanatos had some cool high impact moments, but I'm down with this. Rat buff could be. Who knows?
Could be. Either way, Rahel's gonna pick it up for game number 1. What's gonna happen?
I don't
in
know
this series?
because this is also
What does it
this is
mean?
also with DRX. You know, looking so good in their previous series.
That they did. And guys, we are done with game 1. We will be back for game 2. Howdy everyone, it's me Atlas, and I'm back with Chronicler, and we're here for the next game, which is game number 2. And game number 1 was a surprise. DK came out very strong.
Why? I know Australia is like beneath the equator, but why was Atlas southern?
Southern? I don't know. I'm
I don't
American. Can't do a southern.
An Australian accent.
Wait, no, I'm Australian.
So you try to do a.
Yeah.
You were going like full.
I was trying to do a Valdez accent.
Daniel Craig and in Knives Out.
How are you so handsome, Chronicler? Southern American Aussie accent. Atlas shaved? Yes.
It was red buff. Yeah, that makes
Is
sense.
Zeus going to hell?
Yeah. Do you know the meme?
No.
No. So basically, because Zay is absolutely bopped Keen, right, in winners bracket. Or in the losers finals. So he apparently said, and even in the games before that, yeah, I just told myself, if you lose, you go to hell. That's why he was playing as hard as he was.
I see.
Which is cool when you're winning, but is also something that really struck me that kind of made me sad.
Hagelslag.
Was that, I don't know if you, yeah, Hagelslag. I don't know if you
Chocolate
saw
sprinkles for breakfast.
if you saw Zeus's face, I'm a Zeus fanboy of the first hour, right? Zeus's face after they won against KT, because everyone was losing their minds, and he was just sitting there like,
Yeah, it's not a big deal. KT aren't that good.
that made me a little sad.
Stare.
What should I eat in the Netherlands? So if you want
Hagelslag.
Hagelslag is good. What else?
Don't eat it. Actually, it's chocolate sprinkles for breakfast.
Or I mean, you don't have to eat it for breakfast. You can
And
eat
then
it for lunch.
Chronicler makes fun of us for having sugary cereal.
Well, yeah, it's a treat. You don't eat it every day. And also, you generally only use it a little bit. More popular, you do like the peanut butter, and then you like a little bit on top. If you want actual Dutch food, I don't know. We have great soups. Our toasties are really good. Do you guys know toasties? Cereal can be healthy though. I mean, it can be, but most of it definitely isn't. Stroopwafels are good. Dutch cheese is incredible. Dutch bread is great.
What about Frikandel Special?
Yes, that is definitely. I mean, that's a Dutch classic. I'm more of a. I'm not really a frikandel kind of guy, but they are really good. They're great snacks.
Lekkerbeck.
Lekkerbeck. Yeah, that's that's like cod, like fish and chips.
How about Croquetten?
Croquetten, yeah, croquettes. You know those. It's ragu, like. I actually am not gonna bother to explain. Croquettes are nice. They're delicious. It's a fried thing. The best Dutch food is
Let's
taking
see
a
you
No,
tomorrow.
Astronautilus, we've been over this. You will no. You're a great guy. You know, it was cool meeting you in person, but I will not stand for this offensive use of
Yeah,
my
you will
culture.
sit next to me.
Sorry?
You won't stand. You'll sit next to me.
Ay, come on.
It's a 5-game day. It's a long day.
No,
we got lots of time.
Oh, you are Atlas. That's why you're...
Yeah, I'm Atlas.
I'm like, Veldis never used... Yeah, like, Veldis
True.
never is the guy that's like, poke.
Do you
get
know that
annoyed,
the song
chronicler.
starts barking?
Yeah. You met the Astronautilus? I was very lucky.
Good boy.
It just sounds like they're making up words. That's just Dutch. Actually, Atlas described this yesterday at the LCK dinner. He was like, Dutch sounds like someone is just speaking a made-up language.
Pretty much.
I like the Dutch, like pickled fish on it. Yeah, haring. Yeah. So raw herring on the
Herring?
bun. Yeah, with onions.
Harrison? Dan?
Herring, the fish.
Ox?
No.
Oh.
Did Atlas just woof?
Yeah.
I mean, that was me.
No.
Yeah.
I barked.
Did you as well?
Yeah.
I won't stand for this Dutch. I don't think. I love the Netherlands. Netherlands is an amazing country, but Dutch as a language,
It rains too much.
yeah. You're from New York. Dutch people aren't real.
Doesn't
I've
rain
heard
as
that.
much in New York as it does.
As we have an issue with Setup Space PC, so as soon as that's fixed, we will get back to it. Have you been to Nordic countries? I've been to Sweden and Finland and Denmark, just not Norway. And they were all great. Sweden probably my favorite, or Denmark, not sure. Are Dutch people as real? Well, the LCK casters aren't real, and neither are the Dutch.
Yeah, especially the challengers guys.
Those are
None of them are
Those
real.
are fake. Finland feels okay, man. I finished Chocolate was amazing, and I thought Helsinki was really pretty.
I've been to Spain. Went to Barcelona and Valencia.
Ooh, awesome.
Very, very nice. Went to the beach.
Have you been? I've not been to South America. I have been to South Africa though.
Nope.
That was wild. But never South America. South America is really far away from everywhere that I've lived. It's kind of hard.
Argentina is a goofy country.
What is Chronicler? New York food was great. Really, really good. Yeah. Thought they had a lot of amazing food, unsurprisingly. Deli sandwich or bagels were great. I actually, fortunately, had some great recommendation from my good friend Brendan Valdes, who obviously is here today because I'm casting with Atlas.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Argentinians
Yes, you
in
made
the
up a
chat.
person.
Nice. Love that.
You guys been to Vietnam? I have not, personally. Not
I
yet.
have not been to Vietnam, but I would love to go. I'd like to see more places in Southeast Asia. I've only seen Indo, which obviously has been great, but that's the only one. Atlas? Atlas is a Chad, yeah. Not like Veldis.
Yeah, I'm
Veldis
definitely
just-
more of a Chad than
Yeah,
than
Veldis is just playing RuneScape all day.
Yeah. I like to actually go outside and like do things
Sometimes.
sometimes.
When you're not playing gacha games.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that outside as well.
True.
Thoughts on first pick Maokai and not Jax this time?
Improve. It's good choice. I like it.
Improve.
Improvement.
Tristana Kaisa.
Yep, they're going to keep picking it. And why not?
Oh,
Worked
hey,
out well.
Valdez, what's up? Make sure you get on that Skynet and ban a bunch of people. We definitely need that today.
Can everyone add that Atlas guy
OSRS.
and say hi, Valdez, just so he feels welcome?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Ooh, the Zaya. I
There
like
you
this
go.
change up here for DRX.
Yeah, it looks
Actually
a lot better.
picking for their carry.
Perfect. Thank you, chat. See, chat, if you put your faith in chat, chat will deliver.
Atlas just got here. He's like, what?
Man, now I understand, guys. So this
Wait,
is
sorry,
a
Valdez just got here.
Korean stream. There are no Americans. Yes, Cam the Addict.
He
You-
finally got here. He finally got it. He
don't
asked that
know,
question
man.
like 30 minutes ago.
Maybe that's fine with me. Maybe the reading comprehension isn't great. I don't know.
Maybe he's lagging.
Maybe it's a second language thing. It's possible as
Could
well.
be. Yeah.
We don't know.
We have a lot of global viewers.
We do have a lot of global viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ivern ban.
Ivern ban.
This isn't the LEC, but you
Okay,
know,
Lucid.
if you're gonna play it with a comp, it's probably this
Lucid, it's time to slam that Trundle.
one. Trandle.
Trandle in the Maokai?
You know my dad's name is Randall.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I am aware. I've heard a
He's
lot
great.
of stories about...
He's like the best retired man ever. He is so good at being retired. He just like wants to go to the beach and just drink wine and hang out, and you know, he can go work at the business if he wants to.
Yeah, it's
but
not Randall
he
and
doesn't
Robert.
have to.
It's Randall and Maxwell, obviously.
Yeah. No, I'm not Robert. Yeah.
That's Valdez.
I think I don't really know what Valdez's middle name is, but it might be that.
I hope Right lets LCK take Worlds of Production this year. I feel... so I think I've worked, having seen and like worked with a lot of the other productions. Obviously, we like the LCK the most because we work for the LCK.
Wait, really? I like Challenger League the best.
Okay, that's actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I counted that as part of the ecosystem, but good point. But the one thing where I will not accept anyone else is observing. Our observers are actually, like,
Yes.
non-biased, 100% the best. Jonas Strong is the GOAT, best observer in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. That man's storytelling capabilities are off the charts. But I think outside of that, I like watching every broadcast because I think they all have really different stuff to offer, which is cool. No!
What do you mean? You love the Braum
I
here.
don't love the Braum here. Saya
It's not good
Braum.
into Rel and Renekton.
I mean, Fum can even like Lulu it here
Yeah.
if you want. So Lulu Kai is obviously pretty dreadful lane, but
Or just
you
play
can
Rel.
yeah, well, yeah, you can either take the Rel for Fum or you can flex it to lose it, depending on what they want to do.
Stand behind, Braum.
Maybe they go... I don't know, you don't really need to go AP, because Rahel can just go full AP Kaisa and then you'll be happy, but
Lalona?
he's just going to go Leona, which obviously Brahm's still okay into Leona, but not as good as a lot of other engaged sports. Leona still has ways to threaten the backline, even with Braum being there.
It's Leona jungle.
No.
What? It is. Don't worry, it's jungle Braum and support Maokai.
Okay.
All right, we figured it out. So, we don't really like the Braum here, but everything else seems pretty good on the side of DRX.
This must be a kind of a champion pool thing, I think, for Fum, because I think there's a lot of picks that can punish the Braum better. But trying to go all in on dive and aggression is definitely the D+ way. Trying to do that into Aatrox, Xayah, and a Zerdo, I think, is really doomed. And Maokai. So, to me, this game boils down to D+ either mega snowball in like the first 15-20 minutes, or does Rahel get to free items? Those are your two win cons. If you don't hit either of those, I don't think you're winning this game. This DRX comp is a brick wall. Like, trying to dive into it, just it looks miserable.
It does. You can't.
You
actually.
cannot, but you have to. Because you have Rel, Tristana,
you just
and
press W.
Renekton, and...
Kaisa W.
Yeah, well, that's my point, but then you need...
Just don't hit the Braum.
Yeah, but you need free items for that.
It's challengers. We're going to get 3 items.
You know what? Good point,
We're
Atlas.
just going to sit here and
No, you're right. You're
wait
right,
it out,
Atlas.
you know.
You
One of
got
the
me.
teams is not going to be able to end it, and then we'll just have, you know, a long game. With lots of Gathering Storm, for sure.
Gathering the storm.
Well, speaking of Gathering the Storm, it looks like we're ready to hop onto the Rift for game number 2. Just hear a meow.
Chronicler, what was that?
Yeah, Chronicler,
What do
the
you
hell?
mean, Chronicler? That was Brandon. I did a normal one.
Brendan's not here,
Oh.
first of all. So that's where Yumi was. My dog jumped. Yeah, I'm so sorry, headphone users.
Come on, Chronic. No, Chad, not today. No bully.
Yeah.
No
No, they're just
bully.
saying that because you called me Brendan, which is not my name.
Yeah, true.
A plus. A plus.
A plus. How have we never called him A plus? That feels like such an obvious and bad joke.
I don't know. We don't call him A plus very often, so
No, I guess.
I
It's
think
never occurred to us.
if you just do it enough, I guess it works. Oh, the Braum damage.
We'll see what Pleta does. If he's a man of culture.
Red
or
Man Valdez.
an unfortunate normal Brahmer who just goes Q-Max.
So, have you turned around on the Braum?
Well, no, I think what Braum does in this comp works really well, but I think that Braum, when you don't have another great form of main engage, just always is going to make me a little sad. And I think Maokai can be okay, but I don't think it's that good as main engage. My Indonesian definitely isn't good enough to read sentences about "I'm very sorry, I'm rich." We'll get there eventually. Eventually, I will learn, but not today. As we do take a look at Fanatics' win rate, this is pretty low. You know, like considering how good this team is. Oh, Lucid did not get spotted.
The gank? The gank?
They have
Lucid?
no idea. How could they know? Lucid waiting. W
For the
cooldown is back
crash.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cursed. They
The
feel
crash,
safe.
and now the crash down. Pleta is just dead. As Lucid is not even going to look at Duck Tom. He's like, I don't care. As that will be the end of Pleta. Very nicely set up here from DK. As the gank does come true.
Guess what? You know the 1 weekend issue we talked about? Rahel just got his first kill. Feeling great. Pullbay apparently lost the 1v1, but worry not, because Lucid is here again. There's no way he pulls off another gank, right?
You know, he's level 3. Oh, the flash. Okay, I think they have enough damage here. Tab is going to flash, though, away. Never mind. This is going to be the end of Lucid, who takes one too many turret shots and the extra damage from Tab.
The Caster Curse kicks in
The challengers?
very, very quickly, as we do see. Thought he could tank the extra turret shot. Pullbay also one extra auto and he would have gotten the kill. I think he might have wanted to flash for that, particularly because Lucid was still tanking. So I think that one is more so on Pullbay. If you trade 1 for 1 there, I think it's still fine. Lucid obviously overestimating his own tankiness. This gank though remains very clean. The 2v2 is impossible. Lucid making sure that he just gets the empowered or the mount up auto. And then here we take another look. Again, goes for the flash Q. The level up there is really big. That's what actually keeps him, yeah, the Q flash. What actually keeps him alive. And then here, just enough damage. Ends up going down. Tab, good job avoiding the gank though, because if he dies there as well, that's immediately the entire early game in complete shambles. No, not too bad. As Thanatos and Pullbay have gone cold. So Thanatos actually, I assume, didn't really watch how the early laning phase went, but I assume just backed on like the first 3 crashed waves and then was like, I'm gonna get a call and I will be fine. As, oh no.
Sponge, not in the best of spots, may have to flash. Just gonna flash to be safe as the
Gets
damage
the
comes
wolves?
in, and yeah. Gets the wolves. Sponge will
Nice.
just be on his way. And that's that. Thanabus.
What? As in he drives the bus?
Yeah.
So we have double call on D+. That's going to
Like
be...
the Brendo bus.
No, I get it. I don't know why you're talking about Valdez's car, but
Yeah.
would any of the LCK support a return of blind pick for game 5 in the best of 5? Depends on where. For challengers, yes. For actual LCK, no. I don't
Yeah.
think we should bring that back. As fun as it was.
As thumb as it was. DRX just gonna get a Drake here. Mountain Drake. Feeling pretty good. Do we get Tech Soul as Thumb in a little bit of trouble here. Does get CC'd for about 8 years, approximately. And does have to flash away.
They do have some defensive warding here. You might have a crossplay here towards the Frog. There is no wave at the moment, and I think that they know that this is coming as well, but I don't think there's anything the Frog can do. Sega doesn't have his flash available or his teleport either.
Now they know. Frog in a lot of trouble as the CC chain is there. He doesn't even get to attack once as Pulve takes a bunch of damage. Doesn't matter. It is a massive play for DK. Although, down on the bottom side, trying to dive for Hell here, who flashes under the turret once again. As Pleta trying to tank this one up, but the W does come in as well as the Q. It's still not enough. Pleta will live.
Oh, and Pleta, even with the 3 points in Q, not going to go down there. I think that's the extra damage that he needs. Smite fight? Should go to Rel, and it does go to Rel. If you're wondering why Rel is so good at Smite...
Relucid.
I mean, I really rate Lucid, obviously, but it's also the combination. I don't think he dies here. The slow is annoying, but Rel's really tanky, guys.
Right?
He's W as well. I think he's fine.
Sponge just bullying.
Yeah, as I was saying, the reason why is because you have extra monster damage modifier on your Q and then also on your empowered E auto. So outsmiting a Rel is basically impossible. As Rahel plays this about as well as he can, he just shouldn't have been here. Right? Like, this is really well played. Like, this is well done, well executed. Dodges the Q, then flashes away, but just leave. You know, your team is making a cross map or setting up for a cross map play. FUM is gone. Just leave.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit too advanced for challengers, so...
No can do.
No just leaving. Must hold on to turret. So now DRX, they got the Dragon, and they're trying to push onto the Rift Herald as well. I don't think this is going to work, especially with Lucid here. That is a nice amount of poke damage from Setab. But...
Ooh, we do have Rahel closer to the area. Does have his ultimate available. Dogdom made his way back towards the bot wave. So D+ should be starting this up. But if they don't respond in time, then DRX are going to get a decent amount of damage towards the bot here. It looks like this is really nicely done here because DRX make the read that Rahel rotates over, and as a result are not going to contest. But then Rahel rotates back in time. And I think with his ultimate and cleanse available, should be able to clear out this wave and not get those. We'll see. At the very least, they are going to get the top side. Herald. And again, remember, there is a double call on D+. So they are going to just get a humongous gold swing once those two items are finished, which is in about 40-something CS. So at about 15 minutes, which probably is going to be the... like halfway to the third Drake, D+ are going to get a big gold influx, which might be able to use, and kind of need to, because again, the more gold you can get on the Rahel, the better.
On the Rahel?
On the Rahel.
Yes.
The one and only.
I thought you said the Rel.
Oh, no. No, you don't need
confused.
gold on Lucid. He gets his own gold. See?
Yeah.
Easy. Got
Got the Gromp. Little Smite-a-Rooney from Sponge. Got some fighting in mid as Pulve standing on top of two soldiers is not going to win that one. Yeah, Griffin won yesterday. Should have seen it. It was a great fight.
Can't believe Chovy finally won a title.
Yeah. And the hands, right?
Yeah. Viper. Charson. Sword.
Yeah. Thoughts on C9 losing to our energy today?
Didn't expect it. Very cool. You know, go NA talent. Good for them.
What do you think about the name Dad with Milk 6969? Just curious. For no
don't
reason
love
in
it.
particular. Yeah.
Don't love it.
He just went to the store to get some milk, obviously.
I'm feeling neutral about it. I'm never...
Maybe he was born in 1969.
Generally, when I feel neutral about stuff, that's not good. I'm a feel positive about stuff kind of guy.
Dorna. So we have some skirmishing. The crown is done.
Dorna, Trazan, Chubby, Hyper, and I don't know, Legends.
Legend. What do you think about this? I showed Cronny something in real life. You guys don't get to see it.
It's weird. I don't know, Atlas.
This is
You're
just my
weird.
shorts.
You're very weird today.
Do you like Crown on Azir? Seems okay for Kai'Sa W's, and the rest of the team is mostly short range outside of Tristan.
I like it. Yeah, I'm a Crown enjoyer. Reminder, if you missed it, Rahel stole an as we have the flash from Sponge.
Flash Rooney.
Don't engage on Rahel. That's never working. Yeah. What was I saying? I forgot. I
don't know.
I don't know, man. Yeah, Crown good. Well, Japanese League, there was an unofficial LGL cast, but I don't think that... maybe it's still there? I'm not sure. Never could really watch it because the times are basically the same as LCK.
And LPL.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Rahel stole a Baron Nashor's in Game 4 with Soul. Not with the W, with an Infernal Soul proc.
Yes.
That was cool, as Lucid messes up for the first time. But,
that's impossible.
He went down to 80 health. Grump could have been stolen. Thank you, chat. Today,
Lucid
I need all the help I
perfect.
can get. He is to me, but, you know, he's still a player that makes mistakes.
We have the legendary League
Stole.
of Legends talent.
They got Nash.
Bergson in the chat.
Wait, I didn't... Yeah, it was a Baron steal. It was a Baron steal.
Ice Bergson.
Ice Bergson.
Yeah.
The one and only.
Ice
Bergson?
cold.
We got Bergson. How old is Lucid? I don't know, 19? 18?
Let's take a look. Lucid was born in 2005, January.
So 18.
18-year Aroonies.
18. Lucid's 18. Fum is 16. Rahel's like 18 or 19. I think they're all like 18 or 19.
Global.
These, yes, absolutely. Actually, probably not. Depends on which player. Because LCK is 50 players. LPL is like LPL is kind of crazy, right? Because it's like how many players is it? Like 80 something from the top of my head. So probably not top 100. Although actually some of the players here I think are better than LCK and LPL players on not top tier teams. So they're definitely really good. They're not very smart though, so be prepared for some questionable decision making, but
Yes.
it is a fun league.
It's very fun. It's not for fun, but it's very fun.
Oh no, it's very serious, but it is fun.
Yes.
Lucid is... Yeah, if he gets... sorry, you go first.
Now are we going to start completing each other's sandwiches?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Wow. Somebody asked our favorite D&D 5e Barbarian subclass.
I don't know, Ox isn't here. Lucid,
Yeah, you'll have to
Lucid with
text
the
Ox.
right team could be, but I think the pace shows not only that top-tier challenger talent is going to be really good, but that you also need a structure around them which can help them develop. Because imagine if
Does
after...
Grizzly count as a structure?
well, he does, just because he's huge. And
Is
and-
mayonnaise an instrument?
what? Is that Patrick?
빨간 팀의 포탑이
know.
파괴되었습니다.
No, this is the Krusty Krab.
Okay. If DK win the split, yeah, it's the third time in a row. They won, lost. No, it isn't actually. It will be their third. It's no free-peat, but it will be their third title. Because they lost to Nongshim last summer to Dundun and the boys.
Yeah.
The 0-7
Dundun
Jacks.
and the gentleman.
He's such a legend, man.
He is a legend.
There's no player that is as unburdened by the by this material world as Dundun.
DK gonna try to get in here. They are ahead on gold. TP coming in. Setab gets his crown taken off at this moment in time. Is Polbay just gonna flash on him? Meanwhile, we got a 4v4 on the top side. Everybody is following Polbay, and they should kill him, so down he will go. But Sponge is going to be the win on this side as Rahel picks up that kill as well. Duckdom, ooh. Well, you're gonna get the flash, I guess, out of Thanatos. As Frog is like, I don't think I can help you, buddy. And he's right, he can't. Duckdom has no flash, no cleanse, no ults, and no health bar. He's
Oh, I love this. Yeah, keep him alive.
D.
I could have done it for longer. I actually think you try to keep him alive as long as possible there. DRX though, with
still
that
long
mid
enough.
push. Yeah, but if they didn't get pushed in mid, I'm pretty sure he would have just kept him alive. Because if you keep him alive for like 10 more seconds, then you 100% get the Drake. Probably should still get it here, but so take another look at this. we get a basically complete swap up where Pulbe flashes over because of course he does, but then is not able to actually get on top of Satab. But because Frog and Plata rotate over to kill the Tristana, they lose 2 of their own members. So I think that still works out pretty favorable for D+. DRX did get the Herald though. Wait, that was just now, right? That was the Herald fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The timer on the eye froze me off. So what happens is the war timer shows
Don't look at timers.
on
Spectator
Herald.
client.
Oh man, it throws me off every time. It makes me
Yeah.
second guess myself.
So I
As,
don't know how DK are not in position to take the streak, considering that Rahel, or rather Duckdom was dead and he just got here. But I guess they said, oh, we can't win a 5v4, which is strange because they just won a 5v5. DK, Thumb, just gonna flash away. Yeah, it's my birthday, Valdez. Thank you for all the happy birthday wishes. Yes.
Every time. As Lucid and Thumb together here are going to get engaged on.
Yeah, they're also together with DRX. Now over the wall comes Thanatos though, and Rahel just gonna flash it, wanting to get into the fight. This is looking good to start, but not good to finish for DK as DRX gonna set this one up. Rahel is just dead as Pulbe finally gets here, and will do a little bit of boom boom, and now this Renekton is pretty huge as they're just going very, very deep into this fight, and Thanatos can't die. This is crazy as all the kills are going to DK. At the end of the day, that's just a triple-double for Pulbe and Thanatos 2v5. That's Challengers, baby.
Challengers! How does a fight that starts with Kaisa flashing over a wall, getting blown up immediately, go in the I don't know. Challengers! I
think he's going to get offered too much now from other regions,
let's break this. Yeah, I think he needs to run it a little bit. Let's break this down. The engage with the Thumb and Lucid. And then, like, that flash from Rahel, I respect it, but you can't do that. You can't flash into multiple people. But then, the Croc goes so ham.
Croc.
Right? Empowered Q. Another Gore Drinker proc. Gets another Empowered Q. And meanwhile, Pulbe is just Goomba stomping, jumping left and right. And Tristana, once the reset starts coming through, you're going to be feeling good. And is this a 3-0? Like,
Yundo knew it.
What
Yundo's
is
strong.
happening?
Yundo's strong today. Although, you know, this game isn't over, and the third game hasn't even started, so it's
no, I'm not.
It's
I'm
Challengers, baby.
I'm not getting out of myself, but I am very perplexed because I felt really confident about my DRX prediction because D+ looked really, really rough against Nongshim.
Yeah.
It was just not.
Yeah,
it was not great.
DRX looked great against Han Life.
They did, yeah, they 3-0'd them. Yeah, that was Yoon Wolf on Friday.
Yeah.
DRX,
I kind of remember that. Not really. Feels
actually,
like it was a year ago.
No, DRX Challengers 100% is the CL equivalent of KT. Because this team had Kite. Yeah, I don't know why I pronounced it like that.
Just opposite day.
Because especially last year, they were so hyped up. They were as hyped up as D+ were this time in summer, and then they just completely nosedived. Like it was rough. That was Valus. Yeah, good point. Wait, that was you casting. Valus.
Yeah. DK just going to start up the Baron here, and honestly, after you win a 2v5, I think you're probably confident to do anything you want. As Renekton going to eat up that charge. Leona, the other one with Eclipse up, is going to eat the other. As Thumb goes down, the smite doesn't go through for Spawns, as it was a bit of a flip, as now Satab gets in there. He's flipping it as well, as Thanatos is just unkillable. They can't kill him, as now they're trying to turn out the Pulbe, and this time with Duckdom alive, it should go pretty well for them, but Rahel's second
not again,
AD
not
carry.
again, not again!
Maybe again? Oh, the cleanse is still available. The flash in. Thanatos is just 1v9ing this game. It's just insane. And that's it. Thanatos going to hold on to the Baron buff.
And that is going to be at the very least a turret here as well.
Yep,
and of
Croc.
all the people to hold on to the Renekton, you know what this game has just done? This is the type of game that you point towards like, our forming Renekton, we'll make it work. These type of games, as again, I don't think this is a flip. I have really, really high faith in the ability of Rel to secure a smite, so I think Sponge being in the pit looks close, but isn't really. But then the problem is that a lot of the tanking is already gone, with Fun immediately going down. And then I actually think Poolbay is doing a good job here of just diverting attention and buying space. Rahel doesn't have mana, just needs to get as many orders off as he can. And then Thanatos.
Oh, the dodge on the winner's bite.
Oh, yeah. And then the flash Q.
So dirty in a good way.
He is a big... once he gets DRX, like, oh my god.
He's gonna Starex the
Satap
enemy.
also went Crown and then Nashers, right? And then now he's also going into Morellos because of this. and
yeah.
The main thing for me is that eventually Thanatos is not going to be as relevant anymore. But at that point in the game, Rahel is going to press W. And how do you start a fight as DRX? Like, you press Maokai, then what?
You press Maokai?
Maokai R. You press the Maokai R, you press the ultimate, right? And then Fum and Lucid stand in front. And then Rahel presses W again, and then Duckdom is at 40% health.
It's a bit of a problem. It definitely is. But what? Pause champ?
No,
Okay.
do not dive that crocodile. Absolutely
How
not.
about diving the Aatrox?
That's fine.
How do we like that?
I don't think they should,
Or they
though.
just take
I think
the
they just
turret.
take the inner.
Yeah, just take it.
Just
Demolish.
take it.
All right, just took it away.
How,
And they didn't dive their
guys,
neck.
how is this an Infernal Soul when the second Drake was also Infernal?
Wait, someone didn't actually say that, right? You said that?
No, I mean,
That's a good meme.
because
Quality one. You have to
of
be there
earlier.
from game 1.
Don't dive this guy. Come
Yeah,
on.
I don't know what they're trying to do.
Don't do it.
He also has Baron, so he just
He's level 15.
just recalls. He's like, yeah,
He's
cool
level
story.
15.
Yeah. I'm level 31
In RuneScape?
in real life.
Oh.
Actually, no, I'm
that's
not.
cool.
What? I was born in 1988. What am I? 35?
Sure.
Yeah, because I'm Alice.
Yeah, you know, I know.
Oh, well, Infernal Drake, okay. Full base is thank you.
That's 2.
And they were all just top, just kind of...
Well, they did try to kill.
Okay, so Thanatos is just taunting the whole team.
No, they
and I think they kill him. I think with no Dominus this time, right? Surely? Baby? Like, please? Please kill him? Okay, they did it. I just wanted to make sure it was possible. Of
They
course,
all
they're going to lose
die.
the fight afterwards, but, you know, that's not important. They
all
killed
die.
Renekton. Chronicler, listen, okay, they just wanted to kill Renekton.
It's about sending a message.
It's about sending a
Poolbay's
message.
dead.
Poolbay's going to die to the
Poolbay.
Sun Disc because, you know, I guess that's Challenger's baby. And now they're just going to run away. Okay, that's the end of that fight.
Man, Poolbay is the most aggressive mid, both in positive ways and in very negative ways that I've seen in a
got the kill on
long
Renekton?
time.
Do you know?
Yeah, no, I know.
Wait,
as-
who got
Oh,
it?
who got it? I don't know that. We're about to
Maybe
find
if
out.
Duckdom got it, it's worth.
There's
Maybe.
no way it's worth. Absolutely not. And I don't think it's Duckdom. I think it's Satap. It is Satap.
Yeah.
So that is a lot of gold going into Azir, but because you lose everyone else, I'm going to call not worth as Poolbay just...
Yeah.
So it feels a little bit less egregious because he moves in and then ults Satap away, but there is a turret there. It's not a strong turret, it's still turret Poolbay, so
Yeah.
just respect it. Wait
Poolbay is
half a
push-baying
second.
it.
He really... I'm trying to think, like, what is the most aggressive mid that we have currently in the LCK? Because...
In the LCK?
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of an equivalent, because we've had a lot of really good mid laners, but we haven't had a lot of, like... Top laners we've had some that are just insane people, right? They just go in level 1.
Is it Faker?
Like, maybe.
Fiesta?
No. But to me...
It might just be Faker because he just does it seemingly
yeah.
for no reason.
BDD, yeah, but
And taunts the
like,
enemies.
so BDD and Chovy, I think their laning is insanely oppressive, but
It's not aggressive.
Poolbay, well, it's really yeah, it's not
It's
the
oppressive,
same.
but not aggressive.
Exactly, it's not
Yeah.
the same vibe. Poolbay just looks like a top laner. He looks like the shy. He's like, I'm going in,
Yeah.
and like I'll trade my life.
Tristana.
Yeah, no, but But actually, like in a lot of his playstyle,
Yeah.
and I don't think we have a lot of mid laners that play that. I think there's a good reason why we don't. I'm not trying to excuse it.
Yeah.
Zeka, yeah,
Maybe Zeka.
Zeka on Akali or Silas. Yeah, that
Those
works.
champs you kind of have to
True.
do something after like level 6. Otherwise, you're like, why did I even pick this? Might as well just play control
But-
mage.
And I'm not saying that Pulbay is as good as or impactful as a Shy. I just want to be very upfront about that. Specifically, just the playstyle of I'm going in and I will trade. I might die, but it's worth.
So Chronicler, Rahel got 3 items.
Yep.
Does DK win from here?
I would
Or
say
is it
so.
challengers?
But we never truly know, do we? Oh god.
I guess you
the
never know.
TP.
I think it's a little bit late though. Lucid is in the pit as
Smite
now they're
is-
just going to Magnet Storm, and the Smite is pretty good. The Wombo combo in the pit is going to go the way of DK as they take out both of them, and Duck Dom is just over the wall. He can't do any damage, as now might just be a straight up ace if they can get Duck Dom, and yes they will. I mean, he's going to cleanse, but why? I don't think you're ever getting out of this one as one auto and slice and you're just dead. It's an ace. A clean one. Nobody died on
Baron
DK.
for Nexus?
Yeah, I love flipping objectives.
I think DRX lost this game, so I think they just Hail Mary did, which I don't hate. Elder or Baron for Nexus? D+?
Nexus?
Going up 2-0, and we all know we are not calling anything. You and I,
Yundo was
Atlas,
right.
You and I, Atlas, were there when T1 went up 2-0 against KT on Saturday, so we're not drawing any grand conclusions, but giving over Tristana Kai'Sa, maybe no. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just don't.
Probably don't do that 3 games in a row. 2 games in a row, I'm like, okay, you know, like,
Not
good try.
free.
But 3 games in a row, that would not be a good idea. We have to vote for Pog.
to exit. It's Fanfest.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about him.
I mean, so my number 2 would be Pool Day, but I don't think
No. It's definitely the Croc. And, you know, Thanatos came in. He said, you know, we get so many strong things, but actually this game is about me. And it was. It was about him.
He did the most damage on his team
on
as
his team.
Renekton.
Satap did get a lot of gold. He had a death cap by the end of the game, but it didn't matter because, you know, they went all in on a Baron. I thought they could maybe play it a little bit slower, but they decided, hey, we're too far behind. We're just gonna send it, and that they did. They said, all right, we'll send it, and they did.
And we will have to see a big pivot in draft and in gameplay, because I think the draft is part of it. I think that core Tristana, Kai'Sa, T+ are really comfortable on it. Allows them to really play their kind of messy, skirmishy style that they really love. But I also think that when it comes to early game impact, as I saw this mentioned in chat as well, like Lucid specifically, I still think hasn't really been matched by Sponge at all. And if Sponge, as good as he is, doesn't find higher impacts,
Yeah, the top side of the map for DRX is
it's really rough.
struggling.
And again, I don't think Thumb is actually in this game. But that's key, because he's also not
He
giving
takes
up
a lot of damage.
Yeah, well, and he's not giving anything up.
Yeah.
Doing like 2,800 damage as Leona compared to like a Braum who did like that's but this is
Impressive.
but this is the point. D+, we know how good this team is. They just need Thumb not to die, and guess what? He didn't.
Not very often. You know, not often, and that's all they needed. So
He
let's
died
see.
in fights, but not in. I don't think he died in the
no, he
2v2 at
didn't.
all.
No.
So that's
There was that one time he had to flash.
yeah, true.
But that's
I
fine.
mean, they lost the lane hard,
Yeah.
but that's fine.
I think it's also been like a slight glow up for Thumb,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's been
It's-
better than what we've been seeing.
I think it in the Hanwha series he actually was pretty decent. I think he had like some low lows, but he also had some great highs. As that
God.
is, wow. He
That's-
died once,
That's like 1.5 the damage of what the Azir did.
and he died once in a fight where 4 people gave their life to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I think
I don't think
Yundo was
he's that,
right.
I don't think he's that good, but
I just don't think that DRX came into this one very prepared. They're not banning the right stuff. They're giving a lot of stuff over to D+. But outside of the draft, like, as oftentimes it does come down to in Challengers, it's just about the execution. And it's been much better for DK, especially on the top side of the map. So, Yundo's strong. might just
Imagine if he
might just come true today.
And I would love that. I predicted DRX. I think DRX looked way
Same.
better.
We all did.
We all did,
Except Hojin.
who might end up being right with how it's looking right now. But another Nongshim versus D+ matchup? Sign
It had
me
to
up.
be. It had
Sign
to be.
me up. In summer, tomorrow we get the rematch of Kami versus Poolbay. We get Mahal versus Thanatos, but now Thanatos
Mahal?
actually looks good.
Wow.
Woo!
It'll be nice. You can't give DK the most plus to do a Tristan Kai'Sa 3 games in a row.
So I think that the Tristana, I agree. I think Kai'Sa has actually deprecated in value because we've seen teams be a lot better of dealing with it. But I actually am going to echo what you said earlier, Atlas, which is that it's challengers. You're going to get to free items because the game pace is super accelerated because everyone keeps murdering each other. And then Kai'Sa's busted.
Yeah, it very much is. Guys, that was game 2. We'll come back for game 3. Hello and welcome back to the LCK CL. I'm Atlas, with me is Chronicler.
Good daddy!
Good nighty, mates. As we're getting ready for game number 3, DK are absolutely pummeling them.
Why are there Bob Ross memes?
They said it's really easy, right?
That's wholesome. It's not. Winning challengers is very hard.
Happy little mistakes.
Love that. So how are we doing, everyone? How are we feeling?
I wish I could read Korean. It's not difficult to read the letters.
It's
to understand what they
actually-
mean.
That's really hard. Korean is one of the, I think Chinese and Japanese or Mandarin and or Japanese are like a little bit higher, but Korean is like third or fourth when it comes to difficulty, which makes Veldis all the more impressive. I can read it, and that's about it,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Valdez is pretty good at Korean now.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I
the
can
two
only
of
just
us,
read it.
yeah, the two of us are, you know, not great.
So excited for challengers. How can I
Nice.
get the badge? Yeah, someone was asking, why don't you guys have badges
We do.
for Challenger League? And we have them right here. Look, it's real.
You can you can actually learn to read Hangul in 20 minutes, which makes it very funny walking around in Korea because a lot of things are just English written in Korean letters in a funny way.
Yes.
Can we buy our own badges? I do not think you can. I don't think that's a possibility, unfortunately.
Just 3D printed.
Yeah, or make it yourself.
When is Daejeon going to host LCK CL finals? Maybe
That
next
is a
year?
very good question.
It's
So
Daejeon.
actually, my favorite part of the entire
Right side.
weekend, outside of the final game of KTT1, because that one was amazing, was the vice science major of Daejeon giving like a 2-minute speech, which wasn't planned at all.
I love
Of him
esports.
just going like, I love, and you could feel that he meant it.
Worlds in Daejeon.
I want worlds in Daejeon. I want more esports in Daejeon. I love this, okay? And it was just, he looked like every random science guy. So it's just, you could feel that he meant it.
The passion. We're cheering here on this side for DK. Will they be able to get the 3-0? I'd say it's actually pretty likely. Based off of what we've seen and the fact that Yundo predicted it, I think they've got a decent chance.
Now, we have seen this one of the exact players, but the DRX have reverse swept. That started with Clear and a Nasus counter pick. I think this was in spring.
Yeah.
Will it happen today, though? I don't know. If thumb isn't exposed, you know, if the thumb isn't ready to be accidentally hammered, I don't know how else you would injure your thumb. That's the thing, you know, you're like trying to hammer something in and then you hit the thumb.
Nail gun?
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's way darker than what I was going for, but yeah. Then...
You can slam a car door on it?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can have like, I had a friend who received a field hockey ball in his thumb.
Oh.
And it had to be kind of built again. It was not good.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Do you believe when Fake retires, could you see him becoming a team coach? Could definitely happen. Yeah, could see that. I don't know. It's challengers. Could this be a reverse sweep? Yeah. Could it be a quick 3-0? Also, yeah. Will we know until a Nexus falls? We will not.
We will not. And Poppy gonna get banned. Tristana banned.
Hey, the pivot. And they also are on red side.
Oh, 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 oh.
Hey, a small polar bear. What is the Challengers League? Tell them, Atlas.
Well, the Challenger League is the feeder league into the LCK. We are Tier 2 here. And any of these players can play in LCK if necessary, because the rosters are linked.
Depending on where you're from, you might have a Challengers player in your league and not even know it.
Yeah.
Unless you don't watch any other league, in which case, I don't know how you got here, but welcome.
Yeah.
Only Yundo Strong predicted a 3-0. No one else did. We call it Academy League, but we can't really, because Academy actually exists, and it's Tier 3. So there is an LCK Academy series, which is a bi-weekly, I think, tournament.
Something like that.
Something like that, where teams play. But it's very different. It's more like an open circuit type of deal. Whereas this is, it's just LCK, but younger. That's really it. And with some exceptions, but at large, as Lucid,
No.
we both know you're not going double AP mid jungle. As much as you want to play Lilia, we know you're locking in Maokai. As might go for the Zeri here instead, which
No,
makes sense.
Zhao.
Sure.
It's a circle
Oh,
that doesn't
Nico
work
Viego.
with the other circle.
I like that.
Viego also pushes people out, but that's okay. Great follow-up on the engage. And Ahri. It's available this time, so Ahri Nocturne going to be a thing.
And yeah, we've heard this so much. So much. And
We didn't get
you
any
know what?
barking.
Fellas, this might be the final game of challenge that you and I cast.
Yeah. For
So
the year.
if it turns out to be a win here, as it looks like the video feed is no longer there, but we
No,
are
they're
still,
just staying perfectly still.
but we are getting the picks and bans through, so I'm not going to be too worried. There we go. Docdown's back, fortunately. But if D Plus, build up like a 10k Goldie, we got to reminisce. Even though we didn't cost that much
Yeah.
together in
Summer.
in summer, we did in spring. We had a bit more back and
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
I really need to take it. But then do that.
Yeah.
Baths are nice. I miss taking a bath. They're not really popular in Korea. As the Renekton ban here on the side of D+, what is the counter pick going to be here? Because my expectation is they lock in Rel here? Rel or... Yeah, Alistar's already been the way, so Rel
Rel
or
is very high
Nautilus.
Pick Rel.
I think Nautilus...
Nautilus is good in
I think-
Zeri.
Yeah, Nautilus is good into Zeri. And I think Nautilus is also better into Lulu than Rel is. Both are fine.
We both
obviously.
know that Thumb isn't playing Lulu.
Yeah, no,
He's
actually,
playing
you know
Leona.
what? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, this is also, it's so funny because this is also what Bible will do. Like 100%. And if we go 2 years back, it's also what Barrow will do. So very fitting here. We do see that a lot, tendencies of the main team kind of seeping down to the challengers team. What will be the blind pick here? Gnar could be an angle. Gnar, Nico Gnar, that's definitely a very aggressive top side. This gives a lot more safety, and if you have a Zeri win condition, I think Cassante definitely a good shout. There is also Jackson Renekton already banned. I love that
The
though.
Rock?
Oh, Frog. Oh, Froggy Frog. He did it.
Yeah, I mean, should be pretty good for getting on top of the Zeri, for sure.
No one kills you. Like, Nico is not going to have the type of damage that kills a Malphite in the later stage of the game. But maybe Rahel is smart enough to buy Lord Doms, and then eventually he'll be able to. And I really like Malphite into Cassante because you don't really get punished in 1v1. I do think into Zeri specifically, it's good, but it's not as good. It's
Yeah.
If it's like an Aphelios, I'm like, this is the angle. This is amazing.
The
This is
angle?
gonna single-handedly win you the game. Now it's really good follow-up still. I think you should see it more as a dive than. I often see Malphite as more of a pressure, right? You go in and then you're unkillable, and then you force cooldowns, and then the rest of your team murders them. Here, if Satan lands a charm, Blada finds an engage, Sponge goes in, you just follow. Because have you tried flashing a Malphite ult when Nocturne presses R? Can't do that.
Impossible.
Not a thing.
You can't. I think a lot of this will come down to Colby's Nico as well. Like, if he's able to get fights started on Nico's terms, it's going to be very nice. But otherwise, I think it's just going to feel very lackluster, and Rahel's just going to get dove over and over again, and then you just don't have consistent damage and you lose.
Yeah.
But it's challengers, so maybe Viego just pops off and goes 1v5.
It's also
instead.
lucid,
Yeah.
which that's kind of why I like that angle. Because in case you maybe you're watching your first match, I don't know how many. Are we doing well? Oh, we have had a lot of first-time chatters today, which always is a good sign. But I don't know how many people we have. You dope. I like that.
2,100.
There you go.
You dope.
So if you're not familiar, Lucid's pretty good, and he's playing a carry jungler for the first time in the series, which makes me happy. Very excited. I do think the DRX comp is really strong though, but it hasn't felt to me like drafts is the problem. Like, yes, Kaisa and Tristana are strong, but it's just been the execution of D+ that I think has been a lot better and a lot crisper. We'll have to see DRX kind of tidy it up. Otherwise, an unforeseen 3-0 by anyone. No one knew except
Yundo.
Yundo Strong.
Yep, Croc. Yep,
Is this
Rock.
the match for the a small polar bear? We explained. We explained in detail what we're watching.
This is Challenger League.
Yes, I think so. Dad!
Come on, Dad. You're Dad. You should know better.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I guess if Valdez says yes, then it must be.
I'm new. I knew.
Oh, it's Sammy. Hi, Sammy.
Are we gonna get in game? That's
No.
what I'm wondering now.
No, actually, we're just watching the champions. Yeah. Valdez, why are you spreading misinformation?
He's not talking to you. He's talking to Valdez in chat.
Yeah, but I think
Valdez was saying yes. So is this the world's qualifier? I'm not.
he's not. He's right.
Wait, how can Atlas be? No, that's Valdez in chat.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude, but I didn't even know Fun played Leona last night. You know, that's
True. Yeah.
that's no. I actually think that's pretty on point. Given how a lot of the series for D+ have played out, if you're not familiar with the context, Fum was called up like 3 weeks ago because Bible had to go help the main team. Didn't work, but that was the plan. And so Fum, a 15-year-old that was really good in academy, but is, you know, not really experienced, gets pulled into a team that heavily relied on Bible for their shot calling. So Fum has been a sore point of the team, and one of the reasons why I think, particularly series against
They have a
Nongshim,
sore thumb.
they do, was as rough as it was. And him not being a liability has actually been, I think, the biggest turning point for this roster. Everyone else has looked a lot more comfortable. As we have a pause from D+, it seems, and we don't really know anything else, so we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Looks like we have a sound issue. I think that probably after winning really hard, the sound decided to make the playing field a little bit more even.
I really thought DRX would stomp this series. That was a very reasonable take before the series began.
That's what we all thought.
That's what everyone
Except Hojin.
thought.
Based, maybe. And also
But Hojin is
Yundo.
also a bit of a wild card. Well, Yundo is not a wild card. Yundo I actually trust a lot.
Yundo strong.
It's currently 2-0 for D+, who are not the favorites in this one, but have been in the last 3 Challengers finals, winning 2 of them.
So who could eat more booty tika in one sitting, Wolf or DRX Challengers?
Probably DRX Challengers because it's 5 people.
Yeah.
Wolf also very big Budagiga eater, but he's not the biggest eater out of all of us.
Yeah.
Now, if you asked if it's me or Aux or Atlas, I'd be, I don't know.
I don't
that
know.
might be
Impossible
closer.
to know. Yeah. Well, looks like the sound issue is gone, so we can now unpause the game and pause comment. Do.
미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
Yep, Rock.
Yep.
Yep. Hey guys, can't wait to see you casting T1 versus Gen.G this weekend in the grand finals. On an unrelated note, I slept all day yesterday after that thriller between T1 and KT. How are you?
Yeah.
Yes.
T1 fan, I take it.
are.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
Can't wait for Frog to frog all over these kids with
That
Malphite.
noise?
I think. I don't know. Now there's only tanky if you hit his hooks, and Thumb did not do that great a job of hitting hooks.
Yeah.
But again, we talked about Thumb a little bit, and he was definitely a big liability and a decent part of why they lost. But I think Thanatos also, this playoff just hasn't been that impressive up until this series, where even in game 1 wasn't about him, but he was still very, very strong. And his Aatrox was still, I think, a consideration for one of the better players in that game. And then, obviously, in the last game, he completely 1v9s as Frog 3-0 on the Rock.
Giga-based.
Mega Giga-based.
Giga-based on not losing.
Pog reads chat. We do Dr. Professor Sergeant Mr. J. What? So, a lot of titles.
What did you just say?
That's that's the name.
No?
Yes. Isn't it? That's what they're
I
short
don't see
for.
anyone. with
It
that name.
says DR. No,
Oh,
Prof.
Dr.
DR.
Professor Sergeant
Yeah.
Major J. Or Mr. J.
Please let this go. Oh, someone who's playing RuneScape. OG Hound
It's doing
Valdez, who can
Nightmare
relate.
Zone on OSRS and need to have the caster's voices keep me company. You're both wonderful. Thank you, OG Hound. Kill any Hellhounds today? Maybe doing some Slayer?
I can't relate, but I know you know what's going on.
Yeah. Ox knows. But Ox is a very rare viewer. He's definitely just playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
Actually, I think his fiance might be back in town.
Oh, yeah.
So, for the first time since being not at home, or like outside of him not being at home, him not be playing Baldur's Gate, which is crazy.
That's insanity. Not my Ox. Lucid just hit the ward, and he's like, hey, actually, never mind. Oh, the root's going to land here. Say tab. Oh, going to have to flash that one. Good flash, actually, after getting caught by that. So Pulve, up a flash already.
And that means that there is a window where Setup is in 6 and Pulve has flash, where this duo can set up a really, really scary gank. As Nocturne level 4 actually really strong here.
Lucid is like, uh-oh.
Should be able to get out with
right?
Pulve coming back. Might have to flash, but yeah, it looks like they don't want to.
Back in.
He's a maniac, but should just let this. You got a scuttle.
Oh, nice little engage here from Thumb. Mr. Thumb making this bottom lane about him. Another stun comes in, and now Pletta's taking some damage. And you can see that already Thumb and Rahel also off to a good start.
That's very surprising. Love to see it though. Some early presence here in the lane from the Thumb.
Do you think he thumbed his nose at them?
Is that an expression?
I think so.
What does it mean? Like look
Kinda
down
like
on someone?
Yeah, and like ignore them. Kind of. Ooh, another root is going to... Oh, a little engage here, this time from Pleta, who gets the flash in. That's first blood over to Duck-Z. As now Thumb is going to hit Pleta, but that just means that Duck Dom, yep, just has to flash the stun. And Pleta is going to make the lane now about him.
Really nicely done there by Pleta. Again, this player was playing AD carry up until recently. Rule swept back to make sure that Duck Dom could play. And the initial play going very well here. But then, I think it's as soon as he hits level 4 here. Oh, love that. So he starts buffering his Q, then flashes, so that there is very little time to respond there for Rahel. And with the cleanse already being taken in the previous engagement, follows it up immediately with the crash down. Well set up, and that is going to lead to a sizable gold lead here for Duck Dom.
See Thanatos trying to keep the pressure on by pushing this wave as fast as he possibly can. Lucid not bothered by the Nocturne incident from just a minute ago. He's just going to start up the Drake here 5 minutes in. Sponge is down here, but just on the back timers, the Duck Dom and Pleta looks like they will get this damage in and pick up the Infernal Drake.
Yeah, he also has a mid lane that is monster stomping the 1v1.
Yeah.
So he's not
boy.
he's not going to feel too bothered.
This is the worst feeling as an Ahri player, where you just have no mana and you don't have your teleport, and you're just sitting here under turret. You're just like leaking turret plates and minions. It's so difficult to CS these minions under turret because you're just getting harassed the entire time. And yeah, it's just really rough time here for Setab, who's getting absolutely bullied.
This is really funny because it's normally you switch to AD carry, right? But Zeri actually doesn't Zeri doesn't auto that much because her auto is her passive and her Q is her auto. You guys know.
What?
She's a little weird as a right because you have the look the way she does the little finger zap, which doesn't feel as good as the Q. But you don't have the Q because you're not actually Zeri.
Yeah, not actually Zeri. Feeling pretty good about his lane at this point in time, though. And Murktread's picked up here for Setab.
Oh, yeah.
Has 3 more charges on his Corrupting Potion. It's going to give him another chance to just stick around in the lane and do pretty well. As Thumb goes in again, gets the cleanse, level 6 here for the Zeri, as Duck Thumb's just barely going to dodge that Zapparoonie. And he will get away with Flash and Cleanse as once again Thumb sets it up.
Oh, and this time there is no counter action available. This is going to be at least one plate. I think. Yeah, they're going to give up the second plate because I think they're looking for the recall timer here. Rahel sitting on a decent amount of gold, and they might want to also rotate over as Poolbay is going to get his back cancel. That's pretty big, actually.
That's Zeri.
No, it's Poolbay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I know you were joking. NASA support waiting room. We actually did have DRX, one of their previous players, play NASA's top. NASA support, though, I don't think we're going to see that.
No.
Oba! Where's this Thumb been? Yeah, Thumb, even in the Homa series, I think had a lot of ups and downs. It was the Nongshim series where he really fell apart. As he might have a actual fight on our hands here without the AD carries.
Yeah, DRX is trying to start this up, but they're already a little bit behind.
Wada 6, though. And Thumb is not.
He's going to get pretty close as Lucid not really standing on this objective. Nice 2-man knockup, but it's onto the tanks as in goes Setab. The lights are turned off as now we do have that awesome engage. Poolbay not able to get his ultimate off as now Setab trying to lead the charge here. Looks like the eye does go into the hands of DRX as well, so they got a kill and an objective as Thanatos over the wall. Maybe they take down Thumb here, who does not have his flash. And yep, he's going to be taken out. So 2 kills on top of that.
Thumb going to be sacrificed here, and DRX starting to run away with this game. Really big risk taken there by D+. As mentioned, Thumb doesn't have his Solar Flare available, so you're already going to be down an ultimate. And more importantly, trying to play this in the Nocturne when you're not on one side of the play makes it so hard. And you see, as soon as the coordination kind of breaks down, the ultimate from Phantoms actually doesn't end up working out because it even further gets everyone of DRX on the same page. But he doesn't know that because the lights are out. So really high value Nocturne ultimate here. And if you deny the opportunity for Lucid to start snowballing on this Viego, is definitely going to struggle as we get towards the mid game. And right now, DRX looking good, but not really in a position yet where we're gonna start feeling confidence Poolbay. I don't think they're gonna fall for it.
Well, he was kind of close. But he has Murktread, so he has tier 2 boots. He's got that extra movement speed. He has its Mercs, so even if he does get hit, he can kind of walk out of this one. So he's gonna have an easier time from here on out, especially with the Lost Chapter, which is gonna help a lot of his mana issues that he had. And some of those early game issues. Picked up 2 kills, so should be able to slowly catch up to Poolbay here in terms of money as well. And DRX gonna look to make this series interesting with this early lead.
You think they will?
My favorite champion is Teemo.
Started playing last week. Oh, that's really nice. Good for you, Dandy.
Dendy.
Yeah.
You know who Dendy is?
I know. But are you asking the Dandy?
No. I'm asking about Dendy.
Dandy, the player / current coach.
No, not Dandy. Dendy.
Oh, no, do not know.
He's a Dota guy. Yeah.
Did not know.
Well, you learn something new every day. So maybe his name comes from Dota. He was playing that for a while, and now he's playing League of Legends. Finally, after 11, actually a lot more years than that. Anyway, okay. Well, Thumb's going to give it his all. Now he's going to look to flash this wall. Maybe no, he's going to be pretty tanky there with that Eclipse. Mountain Drake is second, and that is pretty important for both of these teams.
And Soul probably looking to be a little bit weaker. Ocean and Camtech are both going to be very, very underwhelming options. So I think D+ shouldn't feel too bad about just giving this one up. They do have a mostly mid-game focused comp, but you can get away with some, you know, Zeri shenanigans come late game if you do not fall too far behind, which is what they're trying to do right now. They're still looking to contest this though. Poolbay and Satap fighting for prio towards that mid lane. Poolbay, this is the real Poolbay. Pretty low though, and this control ward keeps denying Lucid any access.
Uh-oh. Satap gonna get knocked up here, but he is Ahri, so going all in on that one, definitely a bit of a risk, and it will not pay off for them.
Oh, CC Chain not looking clean there. So Lucid tried to set up with his W, and then when Poolbay actually ends up going in, Lucid doesn't have his, and Fun doesn't actually get to hit the chain. Merc Treads saving Satap's life there. That's going to be a lot of resources invested here by D+. 3 flashes, while also not getting anything besides Satap's flash and losing the Drake is Ocean, and I think Ocean for both these teams is very underwhelming. As look at this again, if Thumb can actually get the ultimate off here, then might be fine. Not going to be the case. Goes for the flash E instead, and it doesn't end up working out because timing with those Merc Treads can be a bit tricky.
Yeah. The Lake Soul gonna come through here for this game, so extra brushes, extra just, I feel like Lake Soul can be very annoying if you are the team behind because you're just gonna be down on vision naturally and there's just so much more to check, so that could be annoying in terms of the Rift. But also, I wake up to the screams of Nico, please make it stop.
Sorry.
Oba!
It's still kind of winnable. Oh, don't you worry, Mosquito Spray. It's challengers. It's always winnable. It's always losable.
It's always winnable. It's always losable. You never know.
What's the story behind calling it Lake Soul? We just started doing it, and then we forgot for a really long time, and then someone reminded us, and then we started doing it again.
Yeah. Do you like North Puddle or South Puddle better?
What? What do you mean?
Yeah, you see there's like a big puddle on the map, on the north side of the map, and then there's also a big puddle on the bottom side of the map.
You mean the river?
Well, it's not a river. It's a couple of puddles.
I mean, it's a representation of a river.
South Puddle. Okay, that makes sense.
I like North more.
All the fun does happen in the north side with the Baron and the Rift Heralds, which were added eventually.
True. The only good fight on the bottom puddle is just Elder.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do the Rift Herald. That's the play. See how this one is going to go. DRX definitely want to fight this one. Pleta has Flash and Magnet Storm.
Hard to approach here. Don't think they can.
Okay.
Ooh, they didn't pick it up though.
Huh. This has been happening a lot more often nowadays. I'm not sure exactly why. Teams just playing very safely around it. Poolbay just going to throw in a clone, but yeah, nobody's actually going for that one. Just going to take the gold and run away.
Just going to leave it at that. The gold still valuable, means that the gold lead for DRX remains
environmental waste.
About 700. I know, I don't
It's
love
really
it.
bad.
Yeah. It's a little sad.
Easy local gold.
Do like the Star Guardian recall. I think it's Star Guardian.
Yeah, that one started.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice little combo here as Satap, maybe it was just a bait all along as the Fear will come through and it looks like Poolbay will go down, although the damage may have been done. A couple of Spirit Rushes available for Satap, so you see Thanatos just goes on to the Nocturne here and will flash in and take him down on the follow. So nicely done by Thanatos to make something of a pretty bad situation.
1-for-1 trade. Not going to be too set. And yeah, I do think that was definitely a bait set up there by Satap. Again, he is feeling pretty safe, very tanky.
Save tab.
Save tab. As let's see if we have some pings going down here. As we do see him waiting, and then, yeah, if you don't know where Nocturne is, this is always a risk. Even with the level 1 ultimate available, it's really easy to punish plays like this if you are not well coordinated. And like the call from Thanatos here as well, doesn't try to go for the Ahri, which is lower health, because it's Ahri with 2 flash, or with 2 charges on the ultimate. Instead goes for the Nocturne, who, very scary if he has cooldowns, which he did not, because just used
also he's Nocturne, so he's just naturally pretty scary.
And and also he doesn't really get to run from you. You don't get to run from Nocturne, but he also doesn't get to run from you.
Yeah. So the game kind of evening out a little bit, I suppose, after not that last trade, but the Rift Herald situation.
It's kind of hard as well, because I don't think that either team has like a really big scaling advantage. I'd lean towards DRX. But I do think that, like, well, that's my point. But like, I think the value specifically of Malphite Nocturne and Nocturne ult is so big. But if DK execute well, they can always win fights, no matter what. So definitely a very even game here. And this is, I think, the Ocean Soul is mostly just for side lane pressure. I don't think either team really is going to rely on it that heavily, with how bursty both of these team comps are and how quickly I think fights are going to be decided. Thanatos, though, forces a flash. That's big.
Frog's like, okay, well, I don't really need that flash. And, you know, he'll just be there with the R button. Let's see how it does go. We're fighting over a single Ocean Drake at this point, but any amount of Drakes going to be good, so teams want to stake their claim on this one, but it seems like DRX pretty good position for now, as the Nico ultimate does come in, catches the Xayah, but no follow-up there, as the lights are turned off, and the Nocturne will get this one. But meanwhile, Duckdom just being hunted down, as Thanatos, man, he keeps doing this, as he will finally get taken out, but he essentially won the fight for the team by taking out a lot of the damage here of DRX, and yeah, the fight continues. The save tab now, okay, well, this Viego, not as good as original Rel, I suppose, but down will go the Ahri, and down will go the Nocturne as well. Thumb will die, but that's fine, because they win the fight.
And Thanatos, man. This guy in this game as well, actually doing so well. Poolbay starts off by setting up the fight, but crucially, Duckdom still has the opportunity to press his R button. And as soon as the lights go out, it feels like D+ are always going to be in a position that gets really hard to play out, right? So let's see how they actually deal with this, because if they misplay this, the fight might be lost. I'm not going to talk about an ultimate from Thumb there. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but by taking out the main damage source and drawing 2 members while still getting the kill, Thanatos does so much heavy lifting, and then while that's happening, obviously the Malphite gets dealt with because he's alone and there's no threat at all. And then here, I don't think Thumb has to die. We do see that in the end there's enough damage to take him down, but it doesn't matter at the same time, right? Zeri's getting fed. They were not able to get the Dragon, but they do get a very favorable trade when it comes to kills. And right now, Rahel, sitting on 2 items, gonna be feeling good.
Yeah, he's in a great place to carry. I mean, he essentially, that's like the best feeling for a Zeri in a team fight where you don't have to use anything.
Yeah.
And you just like, you're just chasing me. It's like the Pays
It is.
Angle, like what he does every single time, because his team is so good. Obviously, he's really good and his positioning is perfect. So he always just is right there to clean up. Yeah. And Zeri's so good at that. So Rahel able to do exactly that in the last fight.
That's actually a really good, that's actually, I feel like Rahel is, yeah. You have players where, like, if they are the main carry, like Viper's a really good example, right? Or Ruler in a hyper carry meta. And I think Pace can do that as well. But Rahel, to me, is kind of like aiming, or Pace on Zeri specifically, where they really shine when they are like a secondary threat, and then they completely 1v9.
Yeah.
Right? Where they get a little bit of space. And here, the core of this DK comp is not the Zeri. It's about, can Thanatos isolate the target together with Lucid and or Poolbay, and can they start the resets for this Viego? But then when you add the fact that Thanatos has obviously been having a wonderful game here, and Rahel is fed as well. Series, yeah, actually, very true. And Lucid, you know, he's not that fed, but he still picks up a kill, picks up a bunch of assists. Going to be finishing his cleaver soon.
Didn't get the Drake, though.
Well, yeah, because they focused on... Okay. Bad. Fraud.
Banned.
Washed.
Yeah, it just trying to target any LEC scouts we have in the chat.
Yes.
Just, you know, Lucid just...
He's
He
not
got
that good.
lucky like very many games in a row.
I would never vote for him
that's the
for
reason, yeah.
for MVP, for example.
Yeah, true.
There's no way. I would never.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have done that exactly like 15 minutes ago.
No. No, why would you?
Yeah.
This guy? Puh.
No, yeah.
I could never.
Definitely would have voted for Thanatos.
He went Jack shows as well. He's going all in.
Bias? We're joking.
No way these guys are... Most of the players that are on the Rift are good enough to be in LCK. I don't know if they will be. We've had players like Peach, I think, is a really good example. Although he's obviously had his ups and downs when it comes to the individual performance in recent times, but definitely the type of situation where individual players, even if they're good enough to make LCK, don't always play. Berserker is another really good example. The Berserker would have replaced Guma thing. Like, Guma is notoriously like secure about himself, and that was a joke. So I'm always, whenever I see them, I'm like, that didn't happen, guys. He was kidding. It was an interview, and he, like,
Yeah.
Berserker is really good, don't get me wrong. But Guma didn't genuinely believe that he was going to get replaced, because that's not really the type of guy that Guma is.
No, he doesn't think he's ever going to get replaced.
And he
He's gonna
should,
play
he's
League of
really
Legends
good.
till the end of days.
Yeah. Berserker was on T1 in 10th place, and Peach was on the absolute god tier roster of Clear, Peach, Setab, Pleda, and Jun last year in spring.
Bao and Becca.
No?
I know.
I mean, actually, you know Bao won again the TCL, and actually he's really popular there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's great.
I like Bao. Happy for him. Happy he's doing well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
Guma,
name too.
It's definitely Guma praising Berserker, because Berserker is really, really good. That's not the point. True. As we might have a similar fight here.
Yeah, and you know, DK in position. They have control. Well, they did. Now this ward is going to be taken away, but not a lot of vision on the left side of this one. As in goes fake pull bay. Pull fake.
Oh, I like this flank setup from Setab. Even if he gets spotted by the wards, if the sponge ult
Yeah, turn the
timing is
lights
good,
off.
it doesn't matter.
Turn the lights off. They're not going to see this coming, but the steal does come in. The wombo combo is huge from the side of DRX, but Setab takes a lot of damage, gets away as Thanatos is unkillable. He's on top of Duck Top again. This guy can't be stopped as the stun will finally stop him. Lots of low health bars on the left side here. But it is going to be Lucid and Thanatos. The duo get it done again as the double kill comes in. Pretty even fight at the end of things, all considered. But, yeah, definitely some flashy moments from Thanatos and Lucid did steal the Drake.
And as it turns out, it's kind of a flip of the last time. The kill trade favorable for DRX. But G+ do actually get themselves the objective here, and they invested a lot into killing Coolbay. They did. Ult still goes off, but it doesn't really hit anyone important. But Thanatos...
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that one either. It hits a multi-man Q. Lucid actually could have they could have played this a little bit cleaner. Doesn't actually get mispredicts with the ult. Wouldn't have mattered though, because at that point the rest of the fight was played out well by D+. And I did say that there was someone, I don't know, I think it was EMEA Masters, and it was a fan, and he was like, oh yeah, Bao's really good. I'm like, yeah, Bao's great. But he also, like, he used to play with this other guy, and it's like, that guy sucks. I'm like, he's a better AD carry than Bao. Because this was when Pleda was like racking up, and he was like second or first place in Challengers, and I was like, and then I realized that I was just arguing on the internet, and I stopped doing that.
Imagine arguing on the internet.
I could never. I could never.
Yeah. Happens every day. Millions of times per day.
The internet.
Maybe billions.
What a place. So, total damage. Look at that. That is
I'm looking at it.
Relevant top laner. Also, Holbay, I think he's made some mistakes. I also think that DRX have very clearly made it their one job to kill that guy. But I don't know if he's the guy that you need to kill. Rahel going for PD further, which is quite interesting, is going to help with trying to kite away. Also, Lucid picked up a bunch of extra kills in that fight as well. So gonna have a lot of Fred. I wouldn't mind yet. Maybe Proc Nash. Try and take, or let Lucy take some damage, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be the case. And I can't believe that I'm saying this, but I think Yundodo might have had it right all along. I think we're on the
strong.
I think we're on the precipice of it. If it is, everyone in chat, I'm gonna ask you in advance, if D+ win this, add Yundo, what is it, Yundo Ro? Yundo Roro? I don't know what it is.
I think it is, yeah.
And say based Yundo strong. It needs to happen. I'm just priming you in case it happens. Frog gonna back TP into here.
Let's see how this one is going to go. Setep gets caught on the top side. Caught with vision, I mean, as now DRX going to push them away. Meanwhile, a turret dies somewhere.
Somewhere a turret dies is Thanatos.
I mean, this is just a Malphite, and it's a nice amount of damage. It's going to get them to engage, though, as a massive wombo combo does come in onto that backside, but it's all DK all the way. They do not get on top of Rahel. And Duckdom, again, he's just being assassinated by Cassante. It is a clean ace, which has happened every game of this series.
D+, their death was greatly over-exaggerated. The Nongshim series, they looked so lackluster. But in this one, we're starting to see why this team was undefeated for 20 straight games as... I'm like, are you locking in your Thanatos vote? I'm kind of waiting for, and this time it's nice. It's actually really nicely done here with the counter engage. Poolbay gets a massive value ultimate, but that by itself wouldn't have been enough because again, of course, Thanatos, like he gets on top of Duckdom. Duckdom has not been allowed to play the game, and you see these KDAs, you see that play, you might be like, oh. You know, Zeri did a lot of... No, it's Thanatos. This man on Cassante, it's just not fair.
Yeah. I saw the Cassante and I'm like, Thanatos on Cassante.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I liked him on the Renekton. That was nice. And then, you know, I saw it in action. And now, you know...
Now, you saw
like
his
the
face,
stuff of legends.
and now you're a believer.
Yeah. And then I saw Thanatos' face.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's... yeah.
I mean, this guy is, like, pretty good, at the game.
I can't wait for Nongshim versus...
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be great.
Be awesome.
Now, this game isn't over, but it is.
Ooh. Like, now I'm kind of like, who do you predict after this? Because this D+ doesn't look the same as the D+ we saw against Nongshim. Like, Nongshim, I think, is a really good team, but this is a little scary, Veldas. These team fights...
Ube! Oh, he sets it up and Duckdom, the poor guy, he just doesn't get to play the game. Did not get to react to that and just immediately dies. Thanatos and the squad going to make a huge dent into DRX today. And Giga-based Yundo Roro is going to get the pred right. The only person out of anybody who put their preds before the matches started. And yeah, DK looks like they have returned to full form after this game. And Thumb, you know, he's along for the ride, man. Just get on the Thanatos bus, the Thana bus, and you'll be fine. This is over. 3-0, just like that.
And this top side, we've been excited about for about a year and a half now. Ever since they were able to unexpectedly win in 2022 spring, right? Remember, that was the era of DRX. The team was incredible, and that was the first win that this roster, obviously with Bible as opposed to FUM, but the core remains the same, was able to get. And I don't even think, like, I don't think DRX played poorly today. Obviously the draft, I think game 2 was a pretty big risk, but they just looked really good, man. Those team fights, they knew exactly what DRX was up to.
I mean, this
is exactly what we've been missing from this team for like the last couple of weeks.
They didn't even kill full day to stopwatch. Just doing his job.
Yeah.
And the Cassante, of course, the tank, the frontliner, bruiser, assassin, warlock.
Can I 2x you?
Yeah, you can 2x it.
Got you.
the mage, backliner, frontliner, middle liner, linebacker that is Cassante, and especially Thanatos on Cassante. Was insane to witness today. And I'm sorry, guys, we don't have any more games because DK were just too good and DRX did not step up to the plate.
It's also like a 29-minute game. We don't even get to commemorate. We have CCC.
We have
C4. We'll get to it. Out of all the results today,
Well, I think Cassante took those from Horn, actually. Forcefully.
I think that out of the remaining or of the 4 casters, I think I really held D+ in the highest regard, specifically because of last year, right? Because I followed their entire journey last year, and then I was really high on this team for a really long time, and I thought they were really, really good. And then they had the run, you know, in early summer, 20 wins in a row, not a single game dropped. Then they started faltering, and then in the early playoffs, they just kind of looked messy. And again, they lost Bible, which makes sense, but it wasn't just that, right? The rest of the team just not looking that good. But
that was our last do-do-do.
That was our last
of the year.
Do-do-do. Man, thank you, Saltire. That's so. It's crazy. It's kind of wild. It makes me think back to last year when we had this exact matchup when we were in Gangneung for the summer finals, and that was one of the most memorable series of leagues that I've ever casted. And I didn't even. I was sitting in my bedroom, or in the hotel room, I guess.
Yeah.
And of course he gets it. Of course he does.
I mean, this is no contest. Should have been
so good.
Should have absolutely been unanimous for both. This game.
It is
Unanimous for this game and the last game, and I don't know. Like he's
back.
Turned it on. Like he was like, okay, well this is like the big show, you know. Like maybe he watched yesterday, got inspired. He's like, I'm gonna kill these guys, and he kind of solo did.
You know, that was maybe it was the Chovy. He like looked at that Chovy, like the flash Q. He's like,
whoa,
Cassante. Watch me. Man, tomorrow is going to be...
yes.
Oh, I can't believe tomorrow is actually going to be a rematch of Summer last year. That's so dope. And it's a completely new Nongshim roster as well. Because last year, funnily enough, so last year we had the entire LCK roster with also Jiwoo in. And then this year we had the LCK roster. Vital was in the first, but then Jiwoo obviously was called up eventually. So now Vital gets the opportunity to get a title as well.
Predictions for tomorrow. If Thanatos plays like this, I will say 3-2 for DK.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's really hard for me because I think Nongshim are an exceptional team, but I am firmly of the belief that if D+ play at the highest level, they are the best team in Challengers.
Yeah.
Like
as a team.
Yeah, I mean, individually, I think Lucid and Thanatos are also the best in their role.
Yeah.
I think Poolbay is a bit more up and down, but he does work exceptionally well with the core. And I don't know. I actually have no idea. I think tomorrow is going to be amazing. I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. You know, we had our last do-do-do today of the year, but Wolf and Atlas will hold the actual final do-do-do tomorrow at the finals of Challenger League. So we had 2 days of Challenger into 2 days of LCK into now 2 more days of Challenger.
And then we have 1 day off. And then it's the Worlds Qualifier.
Worlds Qualifiers.
That 4-man queue. Holy Lord, man.
Yeah. This is like when you're playing with your friend who's playing on a Smurf. And you're like, holy crap, we would have lost so hard if you weren't in this game. And he's like trying so hard, but the team is actually playing around him. It's like nice. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
You know, I was already very secure about the Thanatos vote, and then I watched this back and I'm like, yep, yeah, that was definitely the vote. Doctor just didn't get to play the game. Legit doesn't get to auto at all.
I mean, the rest of the team is diving so hard because they have Rel, Malphite, Nocturne, Ahri. So the Xayah, as a standalone, could be good, but not when you're this far behind and not when the Cassante is this fed and just 1v1s you every time. So, yeah. It was a pretty rough one for Duckdom. Not really his fault, I would say. I think it was just like a team diff and a Thanatos diff. You know, not much that Duckdom could do.
I don't think it's up to any individual player on DRX. It's
Well,
very
she wrote a book there on the right. Look at that.
wow. She actually. Oh, look! Is it like a Hojin shout out? Because everyone, I can see the prediction screen there. She's like,
These casters
"You
know
dummies,
nothing.
You have no idea."
So barrel out of worlds now? No.
I was actually really I was very doubtful about voting for DRX because we were in 3-2, but at best I would have gone for a 3-2 for D+. In no world would I have ever predicted a 3-0 for them. That's wow. What a turnaround for this team. What a performance on the day.
Yeah. So all the fans very happy with this win. Definitely, I feel like an upset win because, you know, our predictions are based off of the former games and their form in those games, right? So DK did not look good against Notion, as you mentioned. DRX looked great against Home Life Esports. So those two clashing, you were like, oh, DRX look like they're in a good spot to take it. But, you know, if the form is temporary, DK decided to play well today.
Additionally, Hanwha Life also almost won. D+ reverse sweeped. But did they reverse sweep? I feel like they did. I don't remember. My memories.
Where am I?
I think that Hanwha Life was up 2-0 and then they reverse swept. I think that's what happened, but I don't know for sure because I don't have a great. Someone in chat will know.
Yeah, they're Googling it right now.
Yes,
is it
that
on
happened,
13,
right?
15?
I don't know, actually.
It should be, actually.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be 15. It was a reverse sweep. Thank you, chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And they also needed a Zaya or a Kaisa W Infernal Soul Steel, and now here they are in the 3-0 DRX.
Yeah.
Woo! So, chat, obviously there's one more day of challengers, but this will be the last you've seen of us. What was your favorite challengers moment? And I'm asking both the audience and you.
Know.
And
there
now
were
we're
good
gonna.
ones.
Now it's actually gonna be Veldas. You know, we're dropping the bid because I want to know, what did you think, Veldas?
I don't know.
For me, and it wasn't with you, but
thinking is hard right now.
For me, it was the 9-game Spongius moment because that's the most delirious I've ever been while on camera.
Yeah,
I have
that was a good
truly.
moment.
I don't even remember what Atlas. No, what happened was there was a comment in Twitch chat that I saw, and then I stopped reading it because I could kind of feel where it was going. I didn't want to read it because I knew it would giggle. And then Atlas started reading the first 2 words, and then I just laughed for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good day. Wolf and I never got our 9-gamer.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Never did.
Well, for the entire year.
Oaks did 2 days, and one of them was a 9-gamer.
Yeah. It's because he's not cringe.
And then
like
me and Atlas got so Atlas got 3, I got 2, Oaks got 1, and you guys got. Which comment was it? My favorite part of this game when Sponge said it's sponging time, and he sponged all over them.
Yeah.
And if you like, I think that's it's a pretty funny comment. But
DK tweeted the Casante pasta.
Lost it. Oh, that's perfect.
It's a good one.
What happened to Auction? No, I mean,
Yundo got all the 9-gamers.
Yeah, of course.
He was here every time.
He's always there. King Yundo.
Speed Turtle 23 godlike predictions.
Nice.
It was a good one.
There was a lot. Ah, we got the producer.
Producer was also here every day, every 9-gamer,
every
6-gamer.
Yeah.
Every
shout
4-gamer.
out to the production team actually, because this is something that I don't know if we'll have the time to talk about tomorrow. But one of the big reasons why I think we've all been enjoying Challenger League, I don't know, I think it's the desk. We've all been enjoying the Challengers League so much is because the production gives us a lot of freedom. Because the original Challengers broadcast was the co-stream, which was very chaotic.
Yeah.
And then we went to this, which is an official broadcast, but still very chaotic. And I'm really happy we got to maintain that.
Will next year be streamed on LCK CL Global 2024?
We don't know.
Unfortunately, that name has been chosen already.
It's actually taken,
yeah, no, that can't be the name.
I don't know.
I don't know what it's going to be.
We'll see. Maybe they will do
I liked
LCK.
the Grass Boy moment. You remember we casted and that was a good day.
when everyone called me Grass Boy for a week because I said that you could eat rosemary. Yeah, I remember that.
Like I was talking about how like they put a little piece of grass on the cake, and I'm like, why would they do that? Why do they put a piece of grass on the cake? I don't want to eat the grass, right? And you're like, that's rosemary, Valdez.
And it tastes
like,
delicious.
okay.
It's really nice. It's a great herb.
At least I don't eat grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great day.
I've had a lot
I really
of weird
enjoyed that
nicknames,
day.
man. I was called Booger Man for a while as well.
Nice.
That wasn't great. I like Grass
Not
Boy
even
more.
Boogie Man? Just
No,
Booger Man?
No, Booger, because I had a booger on my first World show. And no one from production told me.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was when I was still in my bedroom. Being in the train when Grass Boy meme was good. Sometimes I wish this channel was on Law Esports, but so that's actually another thing that we can just ban toxic people, which has made this Twitch chat so chill. It's so good.
I just have my phone right here, and like the guy before, he's like, "These players suck." I'm like, "Yeah, you're gone."
It's just
fun times.
It's so good. Yeah, when you're like, "Oh, these players are trash," banned. Match banned.
Yeah.
Betting banned. It's great.
It's the way it is.
That's just how you got to do it.
Toxic people.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
He just wants to have the
It was a small
privilege
small
of
tap.
getting banned by Valdez.
Bannery Cabrera, is there better jokes in Twitch chat than YouTube? Yes. Except there's a couple. There's a couple of good ones out there in YouTube chat trying to hold down the fort. But at large, YouTube chat is a true wild card, and not in the good sense of the word. So Twitch chat is very well moderated. Everyone's very nice, and if they're not, they get banned immediately. What did people say about? It's just, when someone comes in on a specific thing that isn't really according to expectations, unless you actually watch challengers, and they start monster flaming the players and talk about odds. It's kind of a giveaway.
Yeah, it's very obvious a lot of the time. Who win? Yeah.
Who you think win after draft? Who better
who has
draft?
Better draft? Yeah. LCK CL Global 2024, LCK CL Global 2025, LCK CL Global 2069.
Oh, those all already exist?
This is such a wonderful change from
thanks.
Overwatch chat.
Thanks, Chef Billy. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well.
What are the odds of seeing Beryl making it? No! There's probably somewhere you could bet on that. I wouldn't recommend it.
Don't do it. Don't do it for your own sanity, please.
Yeah, the day DK lost their 20-win streak. Oh my god.
I
was casting that game as well, and I was like, I was just like here the whole time, just banning people, like over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, chat was a disaster. It's because what makes challengers fun is also why you should never bet on it, because it's inherently chaotic. And these players are really good, and if you put them in any other league, you'll see they're really good, but they just go in and they don't really think about what's happening.
Remember Pulbay in game 1?
Yeah.
Just Tristana jumped into the bush, zero vision. He's like, I'm going to kill you.
Because he's like, I win this 1v1. And you know what? He would have.
Yeah.
Like, I trust him to win that, but, he shouldn't do that. And you don't see LCK players do that unless they know for a fact where the jungler is, because you die.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I mean, yeah. This is always really fun to cast Challenger League, especially because it's so laid back. We will have finals tomorrow, but after that, I guess you and I are going to be streaming a lot.
We will, yeah.
So
that's going to happen. That'll be fun.
We can play some Baldur's Gate.
There's the very friendly Discord / the Valdez fan server, which is great.
I thought you were going to say Valdez fan service. I'm like, I don't think.
No, that's not a thing.
I don't think that's a thing.
Who do you think is going to win tomorrow? After today,
maybe
I'm
DK?
leaning DK, but
what does
actually,
Yundo think? That's what I'm curious about.
I think it's a true 50-50.
Yundo, what do you think?
And I could see either team also like stomp the other team. It's really, really hard. It was a 3-0. Yeah. Your prediction of tomorrow, Yundo.
Do you call it a chicken parmy or a parma? I call it a chicken parm.
No idea.
Chronicler doesn't even know what that is.
I know the dish, but just through the osmosis of the internet.
3-1 DK. Okay, that's what I'm going to vote for.
Okay, I'm doing
DK.
it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a lower bracket run believer.
Yeah, it didn't work out in the LCK.
True, but that was different. I don't think it's the same. There was also a grueling 5-game series, and this was... They bonked them. They bonked them hard.
Bonk.
Bonk. Is it a prediction if next game? Very good Destiny Infinity. It is not.
Very good question. It's either clean 3-0 or chaotic 3-0.
Or a clean 3-2 or a chaotic 3-2.
Or it's 3-3.
Yes. We don't know how yet, but we will find a way.
Yeah. Nomshim Red Force
It's-
watched this.
I
They're going to be banning Tristana.
I cannot believe, and I'm
maybe
not gonna I'm not gonna swear because, but I would wanna. The fact that after everything that happened, both the matchups in the summer finals are the same as last year.
Yeah.
T1 Gen.G, it's back for the 15th time.
Yeah.
Nomshim Red Force versus T plus Kia, happening again. Unbelievable.
You could never escape. And Briage, you're not Chronicler's real dad.
It's not
you
happening.
You can't tell him what to do.
Oh, you know what that means as well? Is that Barrel's going to Worlds.
Yeah, Barrel is going to Worlds.
No.
He is.
It's fine. He's going to lose to D+ and everything will be okay.
Surely.
Don't surely me. You know it will
Surely
happen.
clueless.
No, not surely clueless. No, surely. No.
Definitely,
It's not-
that's, yeah.
It's not
He's
happening.
going to lose to DK.
They're going to lose to DK. Def's going to go to Worlds again. That I would sign up for.
So
That
what's
would
the
be
other
cool.
team that goes to Worlds?
I would say KT. I think KT, even
Seems
though they...
much better than everyone else.
I think even
in
though
that, yeah.
they kind of got boomed by T1, it was a very close series. And I think that team should still be by a large margin the third best team in the LCK. I think they should be, but it is KT, and a lot of the players have looked way worse, and this will be an extremely high-pressure scenario, and Hanwha Life can take what they've learned from what T1 did against KT. And if Hanwha Life go up like a game or two... yeah.
Who's casting the regional
I
qualifiers on Friday?
I actually
don't
saw
know.
the schedule yesterday.
Did we get a schedule for
No,
it?
it's no. I asked G-Sun, and it's there,
Ooh.
but it hasn't been sent.
Okay.
And also, I forgot, so I don't know.
Nice. So we don't know. Hololive eSports and DRX is my prediction. Could happen. KT, maybe they just...
Wow, Kevin Kim is not a KT believer.
Maybe that Game 5 was just a little bit too much.
Wow, if
know.
that actually happens, that would be so tragic and so KT. If they don't make it to Worlds after this,
Yeah,
well,
might
chat.
happen. Well, we're done here, guys. It's our final one, and now we must please closing comment for the final time, and we'll see you on the other side.
파란 팀의 포탑이